Hello everyone, Carnasa here, and welcome back to the wide and wonderful world of programs and launch complexes. RP-2, if you will. I've changed my setup a little bit, so I'm now over on the left, and my chat is over on the right, because in the last stream that I did, it was getting in the way a little bit, and I had a comment saying that maybe I should change that around, so I have, so I'm over here. I've changed the settings on my camera as well. I'm also going to be wearing these glasses, I think, for the entirety of the stream. If you weren't there at the last stream that I did of this, I had a little problem in my left eye, which I have been to the hospital. I've been to A&E since over the past week. I've basically got some black spots in my vision from diabetes. Not very fun, but if I wear these glasses, because it's a little bit darker anyway, it means that the black spot in my vision is kind of hidden. So I think I'm going to be wearing these for the entirety of the stream. There's nothing visual about it. It's a little bit more comfortable for me, and I like wearing the glasses anyway. Nice glasses now, so thank you, Lantis Man, thank you. I think they're the exact same ones that I wore in the last stream. Anyway, what we're going to do is I'm going to put my auto mix on, and hopefully this should play some banging tunes, maybe, depending if you think they're banging or if you think they're a little bit rubbish, but hopefully this should be okay. I'm going to turn it down ever so slightly now that we're in the stream. And I'm going to say hello to everyone in chat. Hello, Y Mandarin. Hello, Scott Kerman, Katniss, Black Eagle, Lantis Man, Kerbadine. Good morning, Carnasa. How are you doing this morning? I'm doing very good, thank you. We're going to be doing some more RP2, and hopefully, if all things go according to plan, maybe even reach orbit today. It would be very nice. Obviously, the launch vehicle that is on the thumbnail is a Juno, and that is one of the options that I think I might go for attempting to achieve orbit. One nice thing about the Juno is that I can probably do it before hitting 56, 57 orbital rocketry tech, which would be very, very awesome. Anyway, I was originally going to just do all of this on a stream, like from the beginning, but I decided to do a bit on my own, and then I thought, you know what, just come and join the stream where I've been at, because the sounding rocket grind in programs and launch complexes, like, you think it's bad in regular RP1. My god, how many sounding rockets have I launched in this? I have obliterated space nearby of all science, because I've basically gotten absolutely everything that I can, because I have launched probably about 20 sounding rockets, maybe even more. It's been insane. But we are at the beginning of January 1955, and by the end of 1955 I would have liked to have achieved orbit. Basically, in between the streams, what I have done is I have hired all of the researchers that I possibly can. We now have 300, which is getting us an awful lot of science per year. If I come into here, we're getting 23.5 science per year, which is lovely. Help me, Carnasa. I tried to get RP1 and it went well, but I didn't have clouds, so I tried to reinstall it, and now it kind of busted. What do I do? Maybe just uninstall RP1 completely, get a completely fresh, clean install of KSP, and then attempt it again. I don't know, someone was asking if there are clouds on the low-res version of the RP1 Express install. I don't know, because I've never ever downloaded that, because I always go for the high-res install, because my PC can handle it. So I don't know if that's why you don't have clouds. RP2, not an official release. No, it's not an official release yet. It's still heavily work in progress, although you can get it if you want. There is a link to the GitHub page where the pull request for this version of the mod is, if you want to go check that out. Flexing my PC. My CPU is dead, though. My CPU is dying, which is why I can't record this whilst I stream, which is a little bit sad. But if I want to do Kerbal Gets Real 2, absolutely what I will do is probably do it in my own time. Maybe, we'll see. But anyway, I'm going to go over what's been happening. So I've got a load of research going on. We'll unlock 56 to 57 solid rocket engines soon, which is where the baby sergeants come from for Juno, which is one way that I might go to space. We have mature supersonic flight. As soon as I unlock that, one thing that I'm going to be doing is trying to break Mach 2, because that is going to further develop my supersonic X-plane program that I have picked up. So that'll be nice. And then as soon as I get satellite era material science, I should be able to build Juno, which will be really nice. But I'm not sure if it is Juno that I'm going to be going for. And currently, am I working on it? No, I'm not. I have made this Allegro one. I decided to quit Allegro. I don't know why. I was thinking of music at the time. This is going to be potentially my first launch vehicle, and that's not Juno. But I've built up how which is now my only launch complex, because I did have 2 sounding rocket complexes, which I have now since gotten rid of. HAL is my only one, and I have upgraded it to be able to take this to orbit. And what I will do is we will come into the vehicle assembly building and have a look at what this looks like. Hey Carnasa, I have a challenge for you. Build an orbit-capable rocket that runs on only ethanol, no solids or anything. Only ethanol. I mean, don't you need some other kind of fuel? I'm fairly sure, like, the only engines that run on ethanol in RP-1 are like the XLR versions. Yeah, ethanol 75. You still need oxidizer and HTP and all of that kind of stuff. But I think it would be possible to build an orbital-capable rocket out of this. It would just need to be very big. I mean, after all, I did send just nothing but Erebus to orbit before. Carnasa, when you aren't playing RSS, what are your favourite visual mods for KSP? I've not played stock KSP in a really long time. I think when I used to play, I tended just to go for AVP, Parallax, you know, Eve, Scatterer, all of that kind of stuff. But it's been a while since I've actually played stock. Like, the closest thing I've been doing to stock at the moment has been Beyond Home. Allegro 1, I think, yeah, I want to check this out. And now this, it's a little bit of a shy rocket, don't judge it. It looks a little bit janky. This is a kind of cursed design, taking things from America and from Britain, and once again from America. So we've got the GCRC solid rocket motor that will power this into its final orbit, kick it into its final orbit. We have the Gamma 301 over here, which is a derivative of the Gamma 8 and the Gamma 2, which are the engines used on Black Arrow, and that is just tucked away in here. And then we have a NAA 75, the engine that powered the Redstone, all the way down at the bottom here. Now this I can use already. The one thing that I am waiting for tech-wise in order to make this work is actually this Gamma 301. Because that requires 1956 to 1957 orbital rocketry, which I have not unlocked yet. If I come to this and we have a look, that is going to be at the end of this year, I believe. So yeah, that'll be finished on the 12th of December, which we might be able to speed that up a little bit, I'm not entirely sure. Which is one reason why I thought, like, maybe we could do this, or maybe in order to achieve first orbit, we could go for something like the Juno 1 to a Jupiter Guard. That was a cross between Vanguard and Juno. It was very weird, or Jupiter and Juno. Very, very weird design of a launch vehicle. Carnasa looks like the Thor Able. It does a little bit. It does a little bit. The toothbrush rocket. That's what I was thinking when I was putting it together. Thor rocket, basically. Yeah, it kind of is a little bit like a Thor, but it does use the Redstone lower stage, the Redstone missile stage, and then a Gamma 301, which was part of the Black Knight sounding rocket from the UK, I believe. I only know that because I'm going to be using that in For All Kind. But anyway, yeah, this is a Juno 1, and it doesn't weigh very much at all. It only weighs 24 tons, which I think I should theoretically... Oh no, I need to make it heavier. I need to make it slightly heavier in order for this to be able to be built at HAL. So, you know what? I think maybe I might do that. Do I do that? Make it go up to 24 tons, and then I can build it at HAL? Lovely. Yeah, there we go. We'll build it at HAL. That does mean we're overburning by 10 seconds this Juno stage, or the Redstone stage even, but I'm sure that's fine. I'm sure that'll be absolutely fine. And then what I want to do is make sure that this avionics is set to about 24.5 tons or thereabouts, and then that way it'll be able to control the rocket for its entire ascent. And now that I've done that, I just want to check this out, make sure that this does work, simulate it, and we get to see a launch at the very beginning of this episode. I've got no idea if it's nighttime or not though, so we're just going to simulate and maybe time warp ahead a little bit in case we need to. Toothbrush rocket, or a rocket toothbrush. I mean, it's a very big toothbrush. Like, for I suppose maybe the Saturn V could deal with something the size of Thor Able in order to actually brush its proverbial teeth. I don't know, does the Saturn V have teeth? Does it? I'm not entirely sure. When your rocket is too light. I know, it's crazy. It's 24 tons. What madness is this? But yeah, it's quite simple. It is basically Juno. This is Juno. Like, pretty much down to the T. I don't know how the guidance system of Juno really worked, but it's kind of like, I know there's a guidance package there, and then this is the Redstone missile, and then we fire the 3 lots of baby sergeants. So this bit here probably is not the best of designed, but oh well. We're just going to launch this and see if this works it. 24 tons to orbit, not bad. No, it's not at all. The early American engines are really great for getting light things up to orbit. Because, I don't know, they just liked small rockets, whereas the Soviets went for the bloody R7, which was something like 370 tons, I think. I know it's very heavy. It's very heavy. But anyway, I am going to launch this in 3, 2, and 1. And we are off. And we need to pitch this over quite aggressively. And this is using integral tanks, or isogrid tanks as they're now called, rather than conventional tanks. And that is something that I will have to buy for this rocket, because in order to get this to orbit, I needed to get some kind of, yes, lighter tanks than the conventional structure tanks that I did have. We are going to pitch over quite early, because this does have quite a high thrust-to-weight ratio first stage. And the second, third, and fourth stage are all insanely high thrust-to-weight ratios. So ideally, we want to be at a point where our apoapse for this is maybe going to be about 170, 175 kilometers. I've got no idea if I'm going to achieve that with this launch, but we'll have to see. Not as heavy as you might wait. Anyway, apoapse. Pair apps, Apple apps and pair apps. It's all fruity here. Definitely. R7, 263 tons. Oh, okay, so I got that out. I was off by about 100 tons. I think I might have pitched over a little bit too aggressively for this. Oopsie daisy, because we are now almost at 45 degrees at not very high. And, oh, why is my game acting so laggy? Is the game looking a little bit laggy for other people? It's because I've got OBS open. Do I have anything else open that I shouldn't have open? I mean, it's not terribly laggy. It could be a lot worse, but it could be a lot better as well, I tell you. Hello, little fox. Welcome to the stream. Lag. I hope there's not lag. Lag is bad. Lag can go away. Although, one good thing about lag is when you're burning rockets like this, is that it gives you a little bit more time to think and process what's going on. Like, I'm very aware, like, I can time this, I can move this around a little bit better. We have 1 minute and 7 seconds left of burn on this. Our apogee is currently 25,000 meters. That needs to go up quite a lot. Because we really do need our apogee to be where we want our perigee to be once we finish this burn, because that would be very, very, very nice and much appreciated. Right, so we're going up to 40 kilometers now. I feel like we should have a decent apogee. If we start kind of maybe going towards the orbit prograde, the orbit vector, the prograde vector. Not 60 FPS with OBS open? No, I don't. I don't think I do. I think it's my CPU. My CPU is dying. It's lasted me a good year and a bit, but now it is in a bit of a pickle. I've basically played far too much Kerbal Space Program on this CPU and not given it enough of a break. I do want to upgrade it at some point. I'm currently running an i5-9600K, which I overclocked recently for the first time to try and make it a little bit better. So we are now at 115 kilometers and rising. We've got 20 seconds left, so I think we can really start focusing on bringing this down a little bit this way. 140. Yep. Let's get some horizontal speed now, because that's going very, very, very high. Very high. Let's kind of like stick around here and try and point this way a little bit, and then we'll get to hopefully a fairly decent orbit. Right, we should have engine cut out now. There we go. And I am going to decouple this, and there we go. We have this stage, our avionics stage, with some RCS attached. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hit prograde. It's going to be how long? We've got 2.5 minutes until apogee, so we need to wait until we're nearly there before we fire these kick stages. No spam bananic stuff. Carnasa, yeah, the Soviet engines are powerful in my RP-1 save. I used a single launch vehicle that had a Soviet engine for nearly 5 years. It got me through late-sounding rockets to Kerbals in space. Yeah, the Soviet engines are really good in the fact that you get like the RD-108s and the 107s to begin with, but then they don't really have an awful lot of upgrades. At least that's what I kind of gathered from watching For All Kerbal Kind. N9 was constantly upgrading his launch vehicles and building them up and new different variants, whereas Beardy was kind of like using the same sort of launch vehicles over again because he wasn't really getting as many tech upgrades as N9. But they are good from the beginning. And obviously you can go in and you can upgrade the engines, but the Americans, if you play as like Americans, you get a lot more, which is kind of cool. But it's also nice that obviously all the Soviet stuff is included as well. Carnasa, you should try the Kerbal VR. That is for 1.12.3. You can DM me on Discord for more info. There's Kerbal VR now? I do have an Oculus. I have an Oculus Quest 2, I think, is what it's called. I'm not sure. I do have some sort of VR, but I very rarely use it, and it's a bit of a nightmare and a bit of a hassle to actually plug into my PC. Right, so we are 26 seconds away from Apogee. What I'm going to do is we're going to make sure that we are pointing prograde, and we're going to spin this ever so slightly for a bit of that lovely spin stabilization using the HTP and helium that I placed in this avionics. And we've got 9 seconds. I'm going to turn that off, and we are going to fire. And there we go. First stage has gone. That's going to burn for a little while. We'll look at it this way, and then that way we should be able to see it. How many seconds till Apogee? 8 seconds. So I think we're going to fire. And there go the 3 baby Sergeant clusters. And then afterwards, we are going to fire the 1 solitary one. Okay. Yep, let's just decouple. And then we've got 30 seconds to our Apogee. I might leave this for a little bit. Wait until we get a little bit closer. We should hopefully stick at this vector, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'll fire this up at 15 seconds or when we're facing about there. There we go. And we're going to fire. And hopefully this should make it to orbit. Yes, there we go. We've made it to orbit. A 187 kilometer orbit by 1,300 kilometer orbit. That's not bad. That's not bad. That could be better. But considering we don't need orbital rocketry to actually build this launch vehicle, that should be pretty good. And I mean, yeah, we've got Explorer 1 to space. This was kind of meant to look a little bit like Explorer 1. Good. That's some good KSP graphics. What's the good KSP graphics? When did you start cosplaying as David Bowie? When my eyes died. Oh, well, no, I'm wearing these for this entire stream because it kind of avoids the fact that there is a black smudge in my sight going everywhere, because it's a little bit darker. It means that I'm not constantly got that black smudge in my vision the entire time. But I like to, wear the glasses every now and then. I think it's nice to have some protection against things going wrong. And this has also got a mass spectrometer on it, which is perfect. So that is basically, we've seen a launch now. Now it's back to Kerbal Management Program. Yeah, Kerbal Management Program, RP-2. Launch complexes and programs. A very, very, very fun update. Very complicated update. A Ryzen 5 950X is pretty pricey. It also uses a different socket to Carnasa. Would have to go change motherboard. I need to, what I'm looking at getting, I want to get an i7, probably like 13th gen i7 or 12th gen i7. I can't remember which one's the most up-to-date version at the moment, so I'm not entirely sure. So we're going to save that, and then just to show you how the Allegro works, we'll fly this as well, and then we get 2 launches at the beginning of a live stream. It's glorious. That never happens. But yeah, this weird looking Thor Able almost kind of device. i7 probably, a new one, because obviously my CPU is a little bit old now, so it would be nice to replace. But if I get one of those, I'm obviously gonna have to upgrade my motherboard anyway, because mine takes like 9th and 10th gen CPUs. So, and then I'm gonna have to get a new CPU cooler as well. It's just an absolute hassle upgrading your CPU. It's really not fun. Allegro 1, let's simulate this. And let's just see. And I think this might be able to get a little bit more tonnage to low Earth orbit, but I'm not entirely sure. Carnasa, RP-2. Go play RP-10, where you have to manually build each rocket by mining materials and smelting them and placing each panel hand by hand onto the rocket. I mean, that sounds a little bit like Galacticraft or Advanced Rocketry from Minecraft, just with extra steps, doesn't it? I don't know. I've not really played too much of either of those Minecraft mods, but they do seem quite fun. I have played one a little bit, which will be coming in video at some point. Yes, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We'll have to see. And yeah, no, Minecraft. Anyway, RP1 in KSP2 would be nice. Yes, it really would. And I'm really hoping that it does get ported over. But anyway, we are going to launch Allegro 1. I don't know why it's called that, but in 3, 2, and 1. Oh, there we go. We're going to fire up. Are we going to go? No, because I didn't throttle. There we go. Always helps if you throttle. There we go. And off we go. Second launch, and just to show that this all works, Carnasa, how do you plan to get the 1,000 kilograms to orbit with these rockets? I plan on building something bigger. I plan on getting this done, and then as soon as this is done, start working on a bigger launch complex that will be able to take 1,000 kilogram stuff to orbit, which is why I've picked up the contract already. But it is going to take me a while to finish building it, because obviously I'm going to have to build a rather large launch complex in order to get that all done, which is going to be fun. I don't know if I've gone about this completely the wrong way. I very well may have done, or this may be some sort of smart idea. I've got no idea. Like I said, this is the furthest I've got ever in this new update of RP-1, so I'm flying blind here, completely flying blind. A 60-ton pand can get 1 ton to orbit. Awesome. I might have a look at the RD-108s and the RD-107s, and that might be something that I do on stream today, is have a test around of different designs of orbital class vehicles. Maybe we'll do that before actually launching the real orbit. I don't know, because obviously I want to have that being built up as soon as these smaller orbital class vehicles are all done. Carnasa, why is your rocket named after a Polish retail website? What, Allegro? Isn't Allegro like a musical term? I know there's a shop nearby me called Allegro Music, and I'm fairly sure it's something musical. I'm not 100% sure though. I have pitched over quite aggressively there again. Have I pitched over too aggressively? I don't know. We've got 1 minute and 2 seconds for this to fire. What's the spool up time on the Gamma 301? That is going to be 1 minute and 53 seconds. That's perfect. And I need to pitch over. Good damn it. I'm not flying this very well today. My flying leaves a lot to be desired. KSP2 keeps getting delayed. Has it been delayed again? As far as I'm aware, it's sometime in like around April, March next year. That's the last that I heard about the development of Kerbal Space Program 2. I might be wrong though. Space Egg, everyone hates me. Why does everyone hate you, Space Egg? What's happened? I don't see anything. I don't see any. I have a problem with Waterfall. Any tips? Waterfall for me has always just worked out of the box. I've never really encountered any problems as per se with it. It just kind of like, I get it and it works and everything is absolutely fine. So I can't really help you there. It's always worked whenever I have downloaded it from CCAN or whenever I've got it from whatever source that I've got it from. Carnasa, would you ever do a Project Zomboid stream? I would die for that. I would love to, but I don't think anyone watches it. I've been playing Zomboid since, I think, 2012. One of my friends just bought it on a laptop when it was still, Kate and Boldspot. And I instantly fell in love with the game. I really, really enjoyed it. Right, let's fire up the Gamma 301, and away we go. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed the game. So I've had it since about 2012. And I just find it so fun. It's like my absolute favorite zombie survival screen. And actually, on the stream start screens, when my stream starts, there is an image of Zomboid on that, because it was a game that I was potentially going to stream at some point. I don't know if I was going to switch and maybe do that on Twitch, because if I stream anything that's not KSP on this YouTube channel, then YouTube really doesn't like that, and they start saying, no, we're gonna take away all of your views, and you don't deserve any views anymore because you released a video that only had 5 views. And yeah, YouTube works like that, and it's a little bit annoying. There are many games that I would like to play and stream, but unfortunately with this channel I can't really touch them, which is why I did make a second channel, although that kind of died, because just making Minecraft content on that, and Minecraft content takes quite a long time to actually make if you want to make good Minecraft content, which I tried to do. Paper pusher stuff. I don't know, but I just feel like it. I've never played Project Zomboid. How good is it? Honestly, it is the best zombie survival game I have ever played. It's isometric. So if you're into those kind of games, so it's a little bit simple graphics wise, but the actual gameplay of the game is second to none. It is fantastic, and I cannot advocate it enough. They did a really big update last December, which was basically they added multiplayer back into the game. Multiplayer was in the game before, but the kind of like combat systems that they had, it all had to be updated. And the update was huge. Suddenly there was loads of people on YouTube doing videos about it, and it got really popular. And I think it was one of the biggest games on Steam for that time. Carnasa, just some fairing. Oh yes, I should have done. I even did that. And there we go. We got a little small ball. A small ball. Fuel is not stored in that ball though. No, fuel is in this ginormous thing here. Right, so we should have RCS. Yes, we do. So what I want to do is wait until we get to Apogee in 2 minutes and 21 seconds, and then we're going to fire up this solid stage. I'd play Project Zomboid, but I'm poor. Also, I'm very easily spooked. Zomboid can be very scary. There is a clip on my PC at the moment when I was playing with some mates about 3 years ago, and I've never deleted this clip because I just found it hilarious. And it's just me talking. This sounds like Take On Me. It's definitely not Take On Me, because that's not on this playlist. But yeah, no, I was just exploring this, like, abandoned house all on my own. And I got really spooked when I opened up a bathroom door and a zombie jumped out and tried to hug me. And I screamed like a little girl. It was very funny. Carnasa, where is the fuel stored? Not in the balls this time, apparently. It tends to, like, don't get me wrong. Most of the time, fuel is absolutely stored in the balls, but not in this rocket. It's stored in the shaft. Yes, in the shaft, this big, ginormous shaft. I'm so getting demonetized for this live stream. Absolutely. I wish I'd time warp in real life. Yeah, I probably should time warp this, but I've been busy talking and seeing what people are saying in chat. I do tend to get a little bit distracted. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to wait until we get to about 30 seconds. Then we're going to stick ourselves prograde, and we're going to spin this bad boy around until it can spin no more. Why can't I spin? Oh, I am spinning. It's just incredibly slow. It's very slow. Very, very, very slow spin. Right, I can't check chat whilst I'm doing this because there's so much things that I need to check. And I am very bad at multitasking. All right, so we're going to spin that. I'm going to turn you off. And I think once we reach maybe about 7 seconds, I'm going to release this. Release the Kraken. And try and... There we go. We'll fire this now. And hopefully... this should also get us to orbit. There's a lot more Delta V in this stage than the last stage of the last orbital rocket that I built. So, even though we're not really going as fast as we were, we should hopefully still make orbit with this. Carnasa, how's your vision? Did you go to the doctor hospital already or not yet? Yes, I was in A&E last week, and then I was also in my eye clinic last week. I had... my eyes dilated so I could no longer see, which was really fun. I had... scans taken of the back of my eyes and all of that, and I spoke to a consultant, and I'm basically going for surgery, I think, in the next 6 weeks to fix it. They can't do anything at the moment because they can see the blood in the back of my eye, and basically when that's there, it means the blood vessels are too weak in order for them to perform the surgery to fix it, so I need to wait for it to go first. It's still there, which is a little bit annoying, but yes, no, it is getting better. Have you tried Lunar Multiplayer yet? I've heard it's super good. I have never played Lunar Multiplayer. I've never actually played any multiplayer KSP whatsoever. That's something that I would maybe like to do at some point. So this gets us into an orbit of 202 kilometers by 2,000 kilometers, which is absolutely fabulous. So this would be a good launch vehicle to do. And I feel like I am going to go for this rather than the Juno, because this can almost certainly fit more in. Like, I've got pressure scans, temperature scans, mass spec, and all of that good stuff. We've also got enough battery in here to last us over a day, which will be more than enough to get this all done. And this should complete the first scientific satellite contract without, like, breaking a sweat. So I think rather than the Juno, I am going to go for this. It's a little bit heavier, but I am actually building it up already. And with that, what I can do is we can come back to... what do I want to come back to? I want to come back to the editor, and we'll have a look. I've tried Dark and I hated it. Dark multiplayer, or yeah, that is the other one, isn't it? Yeah, like I said, I've not tried any of them, so I don't know. It's certainly buggy. I imagine KSP, which is regarded as not being a multiplayer game until the second one comes out, that is, and that'll be very interesting to see how they do multiplayer in KSP2. Yes, I imagine a multiplayer mod for it would be quite weird. It's like RimWorld as well. I'm fairly sure RimWorld has got a multiplayer mod that I've never tried, but it might be something that I'd look into at some point. Hey Carnasa, what is your strategy to an RP1 career mode? Need some advice. Spend, spend, spend. If you've got money in the bank, that's money wasted. Just keep spending until you, well, have like a little bit of a buffer that you're kind of happy with, but just spend all of the money that you can. Pick up contracts in advance before you know you're able to complete them. Because then that way, like, I think I did a 10 tips and tricks video about this a while ago. But yeah, pick up contracts in advance, because then that way you'll get all of the funding and you can use the time on the contract to actually build the rocket and do all of that, rather than, oh, I've now got this orbital capable vehicle, might as well pick up the first orbit contract. No, do it first. And just steal from real life designs. Like I literally, this one isn't a real life design, it's a mishmash of loads of different things. But the rocket that I launched before was basically, Juno 1, which was the rocket that launched Explorer 1, the first American satellite. So there we go. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for this. But what I can also have a look at is if I go into show hide management, and if I go into operations, I'm actually building one of these right now. And I'm not building it fully built, which is why it's called unbuilt. Basically, what I have done is I've tooled all of these tanks, and I've got this ready, but I have built it without this Gamma 301, and without this GRGC, or whatever the solid rocket motor is called at the top of that. Then that way, because I've unlocked this already, and that's all fine. That way I can start building this up, and when it gets closer to the date of the launch, and when I have researched the technology, what I should be able to do is come in, edit this, and just add those engines, and add that GRGC solid rocket, whatever acronym you want to call it these days, once I've unlocked it, and hopefully that means the edit time shouldn't take me too long, and I should be able to get this done in relative GCRC. Okay, there we go. Yeah, yes, I was wrong. Yes, indeed. I laugh at this scrub. Anyway, yeah. So it should take me not too long in order to actually build this up once I've researched all the technology. I'm kind of like pre-building it. So hopefully that does work, although I might get to the point where I get there and then suddenly it's like, nope, it's going to take you another 3 years to build this because that GCRC adds that much funding to the rocket build for whatever reason. But I don't know. I'm not sure how that's going to do. But yeah, those are the 2 rockets that I will be working on. And I think what I am going to do now is come out here, because that's going to take a while to get to. But we will hopefully get to that, launching those by the end of the stream. And I kind of maybe want to look at designing a slightly larger orbital vehicle. But what I want to do kind of first, because if I go into my admin building and we see all of these lovely faces. Oh, look at Sergei Korolev. Doesn't he look happy? Yes, he's very happy. Look at him. He got a whole cross named after him, and he was like the founder of the... was he the guy that was designing the M1? I can't remember. I know he was obviously big in the USSR space program. But yes, no, why I came in here is because we still have X-Planes research. And I've broken the sound barrier, which I did on the last stream. I've not done Mach 2 supersonic yet, but I'm getting close to that. And we've not done the Kármán line. So what I want to do in order to kind of like carry on working on there is come into the space plane hangar, which is somewhere I tend not to hang out an awful lot. I don't like building planes. But I do need to do the X-Planes, and I need to go for some altitude contracts. So we're going to have a look and see what I have what I have built for that. And we've got this, which was kind of like a cross between the X1 and the X15, the orange X1, and it looks a little bit weird with 2 sets of these. And I want to try and fly this, because I have a feeling, depending on the right flight profile, I wish Calvin McClure was here to tell me what I'm doing wrong, that this might be able to get to about 60-70 kilometers, but I'm not entirely sure. So what we're going to do is I'm going to save this. We're going to make sure we have crew in here. Yeah, we've got Gunther Hoffman, and if this works, what I will do is I'll build one of these up, and hopefully we should get a launch of those at some point over this year. So we're going to simulate this at the hangar, and we're going to attempt to fly this. Not hanging around in the hangar. What the? Those wings are really small. They are really small. If you look at the X-15, the actual X-15, which was the US spaceplane, I think it broke the Kármán line, definitely. The wings on that are tiny. Really, really, really small. And this does actually fly quite well. But we'll see. Once we get above a certain altitude, it doesn't. But that's because we're above a certain altitude, and I'm not sure if anything really flies well above 40 kilometers. I think it just depends on our ascent profile. So what I'm going to do is we are going to come down to atmospheric autopilot, make sure that's turned on. That's the wrong button. Autopilot module manager. We're going to turn on master switch. I'm going to turn on caps lock, and what we're going to do is we're going to click this button here, and we are going to air launch this at about, I reckon we'll go 200 kilometers from the Space Center. We can always turn around if things go terribly wrong, and we'll launch. And there we go. We have air launched this, and we can, my drink is in the way, fire up the 2 XLRs on the back and gain a little bit of speed, and hopefully, with a little bit of luck, maybe we can push 60 kilometers. We'll see. Carnasa, press P for autopilot. P for me, it doesn't act, it activates mouse control, and I don't like mouse control at all. I really don't like mouse control. So I go in here and do it that way. I know someone told me about that on the For All Kerbal Kind stream, but for some reason it just does mouse control. There's probably a setting that I can change in order to make that a little bit better. But yes, it's not the best. It's not the best. You can toggle atmospheric autopilot with the P key. Okay. Like I said, yeah, no, it's not working for me. Maybe I need to change some settings in it. I can't wait for interstellar space combat in KSP2. I imagine that's what KSP2, there's a lot of the multiplayer, and that is going to boil down to, right? Everyone's just going to be sending Orion drives at each other, or like firing the Orion engine in the general direction of their least favorite player on the server. It's like the I don't know why, but that reminds me of the French in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where it's like, I fought in your general direction, I fire an Orion drive in your general direction. That is the most horrific of French accents, by the way, but it's kind of what they sound like in the film Monty Python and the Holy Grail. If you've not seen it, I'd highly recommend it. It's very funny. It's relatively old now, but I still find it quite funny. How does RP-2 work? Like idiot tutorial. One of the reasons why I've been doing these live streams is to kind of get a grasp for it for myself, so I can kind of maybe make some tutorials on this at a later date. But at the moment, I am not going to be in any position to kind of really tell you what to do and how it all works. I do want to, and I want to make some updated like guides on this at a later point, but right now it's just a little bit too fresh for me to really know as well. To be fair, the French accent in the film was dubious at best. Yes, it was. Well, it was all of the Monty Python crew, I think, wasn't it? Playing all of the different French people. So, like, very traditional English people taking the mick out of French people, I think it was. It's still a really funny film, and I absolutely love it. All of Monty Python is great. Life of Brian. I've not seen, oh, what is it? The Meaning of Everything. Is it The Meaning of Everything? Or something like that? Or am I getting Douglas Adams mixed up here? Probably, I don't know. The Meaning of Life. No, Monty Python's The Meaning of Life. I think they did that. I can't remember. But no, that's one of the ones that I've not seen. Right, let's gain a little bit of horizontal speed, and then I think maybe once we break Mach 2, which is about roughly 600 meters per second at this altitude, we'll start pitching up, and hopefully we can get this to a height that would be rather nice. Hi, Carnasa. Haven't seen you in a while. You alive? Yes! No, I'm dead. I've been reanimated by necromancy and all kinds of dark magic. Right, let's start pitching up. I want to pitch up rather aggressively. Hopefully, we've gained enough speed whilst moving at lower altitudes. I really don't know how to fly X-planes. Is this a good way to fly X-planes? Get a little bit of surface speed and then, you know, just point up like this for as much as you can. This looks like it's fairly promising. Our vertical speed is going up still, but I also don't want to flip that way, which tends to be what my X-planes have done. I do have RCS on this, but the RCS doesn't really seem to be doing all that much. Our vertical speed is still going up. Perfect. This actually looks like it's going rather well. What's our apogee? No, we're currently going to hit 38,000 meters. I want that to go up to 60. I want that to go up to 60. Vertical speed is still going up. That's perfect. Yeah, this looks like it's a good angle. Obviously, the angles that I was flying this before were really bad, and my ascent profile was very silly. All right, so we are now at 50 kilometers. I think flying high earlier gets you clear of the thicker atmosphere, which means you can accelerate faster overall. One thing I find is kind of like I'm not really used to flying these at all in the slightest. Like, I really have never really done X-planes all that much before. But yes, we've hit 60 kilometers. Oh god, and this is what happens. Right, like, come on, RCS, turn on. Turn on RCS, turn on RCS. Maintain control. Yes, perfect. Keep firing. Go. And when I fire the engine, it does not like that. Come on, come on, come on. Pitch down, nose down. We'll just stay here. We'll stay here. This is fine. Maybe it's something to do with the center of mass kind of shifting in front of the center of lift whilst this is firing. I'm not entirely sure. Oops, there's the cape. We've way overshot that. But we are capable of getting this up to at least 60 kilometers, which means we'll get high altitude flight tests. We might even be able to do it better. Maybe. But yeah, no, what I was saying, thank you, Jimmy Gucci. I'm really going to not try and ignore you in this stream because you did say so many things to me in the last stream, and I look back over my streams after I finished recording them just to have a look and see if there was anything important that I missed in chat. And I did miss a lot of what you said, and I felt so bad. I felt really bad after checking that back out. But yeah, no, it's kind of like, obviously flying higher, there's less atmosphere to get in the way, like there's less drag, you're going to experience less drag. But also, at the same time, the problem with flying, let's start nosing down because we are in a dive now. The problem with flying that high is that you don't really get an awful lot of lift on the wings. So it's a lot harder to fly, and also the control surfaces don't work quite as well because obviously there's no atmosphere for these control surfaces to actually do anything. Carnasa, will you make the Saturn V? What, in this live stream series? Probably not. I don't know. That was something more that I would have done, like the Saturn V in the hyper-realism overhaul live stream series that I did, but I'm not sure. We might make something akin to it, or it might be slightly different. I don't know. I wanted to do this kind of like veering away from conventional standard historical rockets, because that's obviously what I'm going to be doing. Oh god, oh god, oh god. That's what I'm going to be doing in For All Kerbal Kind. Oh, we have a problem. We are spinning out of control. Oh dear. Hopefully we can regain it. Gunther Hoffman, I believe in you. You are the pilot that could control this monstrosity and get it back under control. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. Called it. Is this the real sufficiently sized egg? Is it? Carnasa, I'm back. Hello, welcome back. It's been a while if it is. Corkscrewing. We've kind of gained control now though. Oh no, we're in a tailspin. Oh dear. Cock. No. You can do it. Gunter, have faith. There we go. Yeah, we're flying. We're flying, actually flying. Lovely. I can control this fine now without RCS. And I mean, we're way too far away from the space center. We're not going to make it all the way back there. Maybe I should go about 500 kilometers out. What on earth is going on with these control surfaces? Why is it? Oh, it's because I got SAS turned on. There we go. This will be a bit better. Right. And I think what I'll do is I'll just land this in a grassy field somewhere, because we're not going to make it back to the space center. What's our vertical speed? 200 meters per second, or negative 200 meters per second, but I feel like this is going to be fine. Suddenly, Florida. Not a sight you may, or depending on what your intents are, not a sight you may want to see, but we could always go to Disneyland, I guess. I'm just picturing all of the like Florida Man newspaper head titles and all of the Florida Man stories. But this is yeah. See, look, it does actually fly relatively nicely. The stall speed on this is pretty naff though, because obviously we've got absolutely no wing surfaces on this. It's tiny, the wings, very small wings. So I think what we'll do is we'll just let this fly along like this for a little bit, trying to keep our vertical speed at about 0. I'm trying to bleed off as much surface speed as possible, like horizontal speed. So yeah, so I'm just watching this little bit over here. So like 2 meters per second to 1 meter per second. Maybe we'll let it go down a little bit as well, but not too aggressively. Too aggressively would be bad. That was a little bit too aggressively coming back up there. Terrain! I mean, I'm looking at the terrain. I can see where it is. It is quite close. Oh, yeah. Oops. We're 60 meters up now. And that's a hill by the looks of things. So we do kind of want to come up. Although we're going 196 meters per second now. So, oh dear. Yeah. Oops. Well, it's not a simulation unless it ends in absolute disaster. No time for caution, still playing. Yeah. Well, in the last live stream that I did, when I was testing a plane, the exact same thing happened. It broke and blew up. This time, and when I flew it in not a simulation, it was fine. So hopefully the same happens again. That hill reached out and gave you a hug. It did indeed. All it was trying to do was say hello, and it's also really hard to see. Is it? It's pretty dark. Let's change the cloud settings. I know I'm wearing glasses, but the shadow material, I want clouds. Earth clouds low. Shadow factor. Can I just turn shadows off? Is that going to make things a little bit brighter? I hope it does. Explosion! Yes, it's no longer. It's literally an X plane because it's in pieces. I think there is almost a joke to be made here, but you didn't even quite make it there. Wait, what? What was that? Air crash investigations with Carnasa. Yes, that was bad. Right. Anyway, we're gonna save that. I still can't see this, but well, it's fine. Maybe I should change my. What's it called? Planet shine settings to make everything a little bit brighter. Egg, your mother. How dare you speak of your mother like that? ATSB called. Who's the ATSB? Someone called the NTSB. Who's the NTSB? These are all acronyms that I don't know. I've not heard of them. Why are you making funny sounding acronyms? Anyway, I know this will work. We should be able to fly this back safely as long as I'm not a complete idiot and not lower the landing gear and, you know, come down at a ridiculous speed. Yeah, this will be flyable. So I think what I'm going to do is this going to cost anything to tool? No, it's all tooled already. So it's going to cost us 1,577. I might be able to get away with upgrading my old X1. And if I can't do that, maybe what I could do is, yeah, I'll just build this from scratch. I think I've unlocked everything already, so that should be fine. But what I'm going to do is we're going to leave the space plane hangar. I'm going to go to my build queue, have a look and see if I can edit the old X1 into a newer version, which is what I have been building there. If I can't do that, then I'll just build a new one from scratch. Here we go, X1 Rec 2. Let's edit this and see if we can make this any better. 320D build time. That will go down as soon as I throw more engineers into my hangar, which I am going to be getting more than enough money to be throwing engineers into my hangar, absolutely. Although I do also want to spend money on upgrading R&D so that I can get faster research speeds, but to be honest, with the research speeds that I've got right now, I'm going to be getting Orbital by the end of 1955 anyway, so it's not the end of the world if if I don't get any faster research right now. Hello, fellow astronauts. Hello, TSF-71. That took me a while to read the order of the numbers there. Have I got dyspraxia? Maybe. I don't think I do. I'm usually quite good with numbers, but it is dyspraxia, isn't it? The dyslexia, but with numbers. I might be pulling that out of nowhere, but I'm fairly sure dyslexia with numbers is dyspraxia. I might be wrong. Right, anyway, this is the old one, which didn't really do well. It could make it above 40 kilometers, but it was a little bit naff. So what we can do is we can open up the new one that I've just been working on, and let's have a look. Edited. 0%. Cock and... Why has it done this? That's really annoying, so that basically means we might as well create a whole new one. Because there's really no point, then we can get to keep both. That's annoying, but that also means I need to leave this now and then come back into the spaceplane hangar, click the build button, then do all of this. And so many scene changes in this new version of RO RP1, and I'm not sure about it, if I'm going to be completely honest, but I guess it's all right. Right, anyway, back into the spaceplane hangar. It's dyscalculia. Dyscalculia. What's dyspraxia then? Dysmumbria. You need some drag chutes. I don't think I do. Because I was coming down at about 90 meters per second there, which should be slow enough for the brakes to slow us down. And to be honest, adding chutes, it just means that I need to come in and edit it each time. Chutes are really annoying with planes like this in RO RP1. It might help poor Gunter survive a dangerous landing like that, but I think more that's me just not really paying attention to what I was doing when I was flying. Right, anyway, what we're going to do is we are going to launch this. Oh, damn it. Right, okay, so I need to upgrade this first. I need to upgrade the hangar, which is going to take 3 days. That's fine. So we'll renovate that. Then, how much does this weigh? 9.7 tons. So now what we want to do is save and leave, and then wait those 3 days, then come back into the spaceplane hangar, then build it, then leave the spaceplane hangar, then go back into the spaceplane hangar because we've forgotten something. Yes, there is an awful lot of scene changes, and it's quite irritating. Right, there we go. Warp to complete. Fabulous. Let's go back into the spaceplane hangar and do that exactly again and build this up. It's just a little bit annoying. Don't worry, Carnasa, my name is not an acronym. That's one ugly plane. I mean, it was kind of designed, it's kind of based a little bit on the X1 crossed over with the X15. Like, the X15 has kind of like a more of a wing coming along here. And the X1 kind of has this tail, and the X1's wings were more like this large, which makes it fly quite nicely when you are subsonic, but, you know, this is probably better for supersonic flight. I don't know, I don't really know planes. This is, oh, wow, ooh, build time. Oh damn, we got 2.5 build points. How? That's insane. Right, anyway, we are going to build this. There we go, X2 high altitude. Added to build list at hangar. Now we can throw in our engineers and get this all built up and fly this for real, but it's going to take a really long time because we don't have many engineers. Get new people! Has he ever not been crazy, Katniss? Good evening, good morning, Carnasa, even JP Burned. Welcome to the stream. It is very much afternoon for me right now. I think, what time is it? It is 4:20. Oh, 7 p.m. is in colonization. Sorry, I asked Beardy when their new For All Kerbal episodes were out this evening, because basically just before For All Kerbal, there are 2 new episodes coming out, one from N9 and one from Beardy later on today. I'm going to end this stream just before then and be like, go watch the new episodes. My episode isn't coming out yet. My first episode will be in 2 weeks' time, because I am doing a year for my first episode, whereas they have just been doing 6 months. Right, anyway, I am going to mess around with staff for a little bit, yes, because we've got 90 engineers and 300 researchers. I feel like I want some more engineers, and I absolutely can afford some more. So I think maybe we could buy like 64. How many? I can get a max of 46 engineers on this. I might actually do that, just get 46 engineers. So what shift is 10, 2, 3. So let's add all of those. 40, and then I just need 6 engineers, and there we go. That is going to be done on the 22nd of March 1955. So that's actually only going to take us a couple of months. Oh, perfect. That's amazing. That's way better. That's not going to take like 7 years like it originally was saying. Yes, brother. 64? You mean a stack? Yes. Yes, indeed, I do mean a stack. It was 46, but yes, I've been playing Minecraft a little bit recently. Alicea went away for like the past week to help look after my sister's dog whilst she was away on holiday, but she brought her Switch with her, so I was playing Minecraft Bedrock, which I really don't like, Java all the way, but yes, because she had a Switch, it had to be Bedrock. We were playing a realm together, so I've been playing a bit of Minecraft recently, which has been quite nice. Stock Minecraft as well, rather than modded Minecraft. Okay, so I've got that being built up. Now I need to take one of those moments where I sit back and have a look and think, what on earth am I going to be doing now? I obviously need to wait for that high altitude flight. That is going to happen, and I think we can get X-Planes high altitude, which will pick... Ooh, what was that? Was that a subscription? I have a feeling it might be a subscription, because I didn't hear text-to-speech or see a donation on the live chat. So I think N9 will get to the moon first successfully by 1968. However, this would only be because Beardy Penguin would fail. Ooh, those are fighting words. I noticed. Hello, Mark. Hello. 18BST. Empire. Who's talking about the Empire? Oh, I mentioned colonialism, didn't I? I mean, once a Brit, always a Brit. You can't take the Brit out of... I don't know. I actually prefer vanilla Minecraft. I always used to. It took me a really long time to get into modded Minecraft, but I much prefer modded Minecraft now. I really enjoy modded Minecraft. Ultimine is just the absolute best thing ever. Right, so I've picked up that X-Planes high altitude contract, which is something that we do want. That will give us a little bit more of this reputation, which obviously gives us more money. Currently, we're earning 207,000 funds a year, which hopefully should be enough to build up some bigger rockets. But I think what I will do is I'll wait until I've got a bit more tech, and have a look. Yeah, we'll warp this to complete, and then we'll warp the plane to complete. I'm actually going to get some training done, because I do want the... do I want Gunter Hoffman? Who retires first? You retire on the 11th of Feb. We're gonna start you. Yes, perfect. And I think what we will do is we will just, train you up, and we're going to gain 3,000 funds over that period of time, which is glorious. And I think maybe what we could also do is have a look in how and see if I can get any more staff into... Oh, I hired one by accident. Oh, well, that's fine. Into how... Yeah, we can currently get 135 into there, and that's going to be built by the 25th of August. That's insane. F. My hay fever. Yes, the bone guy. Who's the bone guy? Are you talking about... Oh, what's it called? Undertale? I don't know. I've never actually played Undertale. That's the thing allergies cause, right? Allergies? Even though you're still early game, do you generally enjoy RP2 better than RP1, or can't tell yet? I actually think I prefer RP1. I like the management of this, but there's just so much scene changes, so much switching, all of this going on that it is a little bit... It gets a little bit annoying, like, oh, great, I have to go back into the space plane hangar, I have to go back in the VAB just to do something that I wouldn't have had to have done before. I'm not entirely sure. I quite like the way that you get money over a period of time. At first, when I first started this, I was a bit like, oh, this is really worrying. Like, I'm constantly on, like, 2 funds. But now that I've picked up some of the bigger, better programs, like, I'm actually getting quite a lot of money. And it's fine. I still need to play it a little bit more, though, to kind of really understand how much I'm enjoying this. Right, so yeah, we're going to get an extra 28,253 if we warp to complete there. I'm not sure if I want to upgrade R&D yet. There's so much things to think about now. Honestly, like, there is so much more to think about, because obviously the amount of researchers that I've got right now, I've got 300. I can't hire any more until I upgrade R&D, which will give me an extra 600, which will allow me to research about 50 science per year if I want to. However, upgrading R&D costs 50,000 funds, and because we don't get contracts that give us that money instantly, it's kind of like, well, I'm going to have to wait a couple of months. Do I want to upgrade R&D now? Bearing in mind, like, I look at my research queue, and it's going to end in 1956. It ends in September 1956, which really isn't that far away. So I think before then, I may want to upgrade this, but at the same time, it's really tricky. And this is obviously a big one. We have to spend 500,000 to upgrade that. But if we, oh no, wrong one. Still, 250,000 either. But we get 3 active programs if we do that, which means we get even more money. So there's so much to decide. And, excuse me, going on a little bit of a cough there. It is a lot more management based. Hello, Bobanang. I am from Ukraine. Hello, Space Animation. Words, they do be hard sometimes. Are upgrades instant in RP2? I don't know. I've not actually upgraded anything yet, but I am going to assume no. Upgrading buildings doesn't cost money immediately. Does it not? What? What? Oh my god, that's so amazing! Thank you, Y Mandarin. I did not know that. Oh, well, I'm definitely upgrading that. Because I'm still going to be gaining money, even though I'm... Oh, that is amazing. When's that going to be finished? 1955. Perfect. There we go. Thank you so much. You've taught me something new today. There we go. And then, I don't know if I want to upgrade this at any point. I just never bothered pressing it. Expected cost per day, 500. How much do I get per day right now? Not enough. Yeah, no, I don't want to upgrade that yet. That's a little bit too pricey. But mission control is going to cost me 244 funds per day, which is a little bit costly. And this is going to, because I know, I need better communications. But I basically want to get patch connects and all of that at some point soon. And breathe. Best day ever. Well, I hope you're enjoying your best day ever. Right, so that's awesome. That's really, really helped. So remaining cost 50,000, but I could make that cost 100,000 and it be done by the 25th of June. But to be honest, I don't really want to do that. I'm quite happy with getting that by the end of, when is it? The end of 1955, because then I'll be able to research some of this stuff quite quickly, hopefully. And yeah, I'm happy with that. Thank you, Y Mandarin, though, for telling me that. That's absolutely blown my mind, and it's actually really going to help. Right, okay. So with that done, I think what I'm going to do is we are going to fly this X2 high altitude for real and try and get a good contract out of that. Where is Mature Supersonic Flight? We get that on the 23rd. So, you know what? That high... Yeah. We'll warp to complete here. And then what we'll do is we will prep this for air launch. And we'll complete Mature Supersonic Flight, which will actually unlock us the next air launch capability. And then once that's done... There we go. 2 hours away from mounting that to the carrier. Brilliant. And we'll fly this, and then I think what I'm going to do after that is take this CS2 and we're going to turn it into a Mach 2 aircraft. Right, I want to probably bring this out a little bit. There we go. Daytime, that's what we want to see. Oh, another ding. Another ding. Is that another subscription? I don't know, I can't see. Once again, I've said it before. I need to buy myself 2 monitors. 2 monitors would be really smart to get, but I have not done that. Warp to morning first. Yes, no, I don't want to be flying this in the dark. That would be really, really silly. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to air launch this out to about probably 450 kilometers. I feel like that would be a decent distance from the Space Center compared to where we ended up before. If we end up kind of like undershooting, then that's a little bit bad, but a water landing would probably be better than landing on the hard ground like we did before. But I don't know. What would a banana egg look like? I'm not actually entirely sure. Maybe an egg with the color of a banana. Or maybe an egg. No, that's what I just said. Or maybe a banana in the shape of an egg. I don't know. Well, if you're on the Discord, why not throw your art to the Discord and show us what banana egg really looks like? Anyway, we are going to launch this. We've got Sieglind Schultz, who is... I'm going to put a parachute on them, you know, just in case. Best to be prepared. Carnasa, how many subscribers do you need to activate memberships on YouTube? I don't actually know. I've not even tried memberships. I was thinking about doing that once I hit 10,000 subs. I know I've got the option to do it. It's just, I didn't really know what to offer members. I suppose you can do like, oh, this is my Starlight cover. Like the one that I actually did. It's just the instrumental. But yeah, this is the one that I did for the For All Cable Kind trailer. I think. Yeah, it is. Awesome. We're flying to Starlight. I'm going to have to try my hardest not to sing whilst doing this. There we go. Both of the engines have ignited successfully. We're going to caps lock. We've got master switch on. Away. The ship is taking me far away. Yeah, it's gonna be hard not to sing. Right, come on. Let's get some more lift, please. More lift, please. Let's turn the RCS on. More lift, I tell you. More lift, more lift, more lift. Up, 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 up and away. Right. Yes, Mark. Yes, yes, yes. We have the Discord. You have the Discord? You on the Discord? Why are your wings trying to pitch? That looks wrong. Yeah, I've got the... I think I've got them set to pitch. Because that's why. If I turn that off, then it just kind of... noses down aggressively. Like, I know ideally these should really only be for roll and this should be for pitch, but for whatever reason it works a little bit better with pitch control as well. We need banana egg. We do indeed. Right, let's time warp this ahead a little bit. We're going to gain some altitude, try and maybe get to about... I say maybe we'll go for about 12,000 meters before we level out. Try and gain some speed. Maybe a little bit higher, and then we will pitch up and try and break that 60 kilometers. Or just canards. Canards, the reason why I didn't go for canards on this is because I was trying to somewhat copy the design of the X15 and X1. It's kind of like a mix between the two. Obviously, I know like having the control surface near the center of mass means that it's going to be kind of wasted. It's not going to be great, but it just kind of worked a little bit. Carnasa, did you encounter a bug where you can only make hangars instead of launch complexes? No, I haven't yet, and I have actually updated this. So this is now running on the... I think it's the newest update. I'm not sure if there's been any ones newer, but I did update this the other day, right? So we're going 650 meters per second. It's time to start going up. I think maybe what we'll do is we'll do about this. Oh, we've really slowed down there. There we go. We'll go. Probably shouldn't be doing this at like 3 times time warp, and we'll go for about there. And hopefully, yeah, there we go. That's looking very nice. That's looking very, very, very nice indeed. And hopefully, if we get to... Right, let's turn RCS on. I think maybe when I get to about where it span out of control before, what I might want to do is turning atmospheric autopilot off and hitting kill rot, because that usually, yeah, like here, like here, master switch, kill rot. No, that didn't work. That did not work. Come on, come on. Oh, it's kind of working. Right, let's fire this up again. Oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 we had a failure. Oh dear. That's not good. I mean, we're going to get some high altitude science, which will be nice, but I don't think we're going to be able to make it to 60 kilometers because, yeah. Right, yeah, we're yawing out of control a little bit. Come on. So close, but yet so far. Oh well, at the end of the day, we can always just recover this and, you know, fly it again. Come on. Fire again. Oh no, why did I fire again? The engine's broken. And now they're both broken. Fantastic. Oh. That was silly of me trying to fire those again anyway. Carnasa, are you going to attempt to build Skylon in For All Kerbal Kind? Yes, I do want to build Skylon, and I've been looking at getting some mods for the Skylon engines because, and maybe the Skylon cargo bay, because the Rapiers actually are, for some reason, they run on Methalox rather than Hydrolox, which is what Skylon will be running on if it ever goes ahead. I'm fairly sure it's been cancelled by now, hasn't it? I don't know. Say, Reaction Systems, whatever they're called, Limited, or... I think it's been cancelled, I'm not entirely sure. But no, I need to find some good engines, or maybe modify some configs for my own engines into For All Kerbal Kind so that I can fly Skylon, because yes, Methalox is too heavy for it, and you don't really get the kind of efficiency that you do from Hydrolox, so it would be nice to have the actual sort of Hydrolox engines. There we go, this is quite nicely controlled. Oh, no, we've spun out again. We spun out again. Lots of data units for that engine though, yes, but it does mean we're going to have to replace them, unfortunately. How much data do we now have? 3,830 on the XLR RM5. I've got a bit of a tickle in the back of my throat, and it's really annoying. Right, come on, let's get you back under control. Let's turn this off, and let's turn on master switch, and maybe we'll be able to fly this. If we would have flown this all the way as well, we might have made it to the Space Center, which I can just see over there. But this is looking like it is going to be a little bit of a wet landing. I've just oh no, my chat isn't up there. Right, where is this gone? Test flight, we'll get rid of you. Autopilot module manager, we'll get rid of you. And Sieglind Schultz is going to go for a little bit of a dive, I think. I mean, we're still 21,000 meters up, so we might be able to get a little bit closer. Although I currently can't pitch up. Yeah, I think I can't pitch up because these control surfaces may not be enough. And it might be necessary to fly with these control surfaces as well. Just to give it that little bit extra. Carnasa, have you considered doing flight software for work? You're a software engineer, right? I am currently a software engineer in, I was going to say in training. I'm in university. So I am in my... I'm going into my final year of computer science in September, which is now, actually. Oh God, I've only got a month left until I have to start uni again. What happened to the last 5 months when I was off? Seriously, university holidays in the UK are ridiculously long. I started my holiday on like June the 2nd, and I'm going back to university pretty much at the beginning of October. It's insane how long they are. A little bit of a shame. Did we get any... Oh, yeah, we got a milestone. We broke 40 kilometers. We broke 900 meters, 1,200, and 50 kilometers. So we'll get a little bit of reputation from that. However, we didn't actually complete the contract, which is a little bit sad. And we're just going to fly forward. And I think, yeah, we're going to land in the water. But no, flight systems would be something that I'd be interested in, definitely. Like, I do want to go into a job that is to do with kind of like software engineering and programming. I really enjoy programming. So that would be what I want to do. I don't really like the data side of the course. That's something that I do find a little bit dull. Even though I know that's where all of the really high-paying jobs are. But it'd be something that I'd definitely be interested in. Who knows? Maybe when Beardy gets his job working at like BAE after he finishes his aerospace degree, I'll ask him, "Oh, so you got any spaces for any budding software engineers, mate? Like, come on, sort me out on a mix." Maybe, I don't know. Oh, okay, you did that. You got a stall, pitch down. Yes, yeah, I know. I was going a little bit too slow. This, the control surfaces just on this, yeah, these tail fins aren't really enough to keep this going. We do have a parachute. Sieglinde Schultz does have a parachute equipped, so if the worst comes to the worst, we can just bail him out of the capsule and get him to parachute. Excuse me whilst I just stabbed myself with insulin, because I've just noticed that my levels are going up a little bit. Come on, come on, I've got a Kerbal to try and not kill. There we go. Right, yeah, fine. And insulin administered. Welcome to another medical stream with Carnasa, where all of the medical problems come out. I know some people are really, like, abject about talking. We're not actually that far away from the Cape. Abject about talking about, like, medical issues they have, especially on streams and stuff. Like, I know, like, just talking to a random audience. But one thing is, with me, I've been diabetic since I was 2 years old, and I have had it ingrained into me forever that, like, whenever I, like, meet new people, like, when I was younger, my mum was like, "Oh, make sure that you tell someone that you're diabetic so that they know when you can, like, if anything goes wrong, that they can sort it out." So I really don't mind talking about my diabetes in the slightest. Right, okay, yeah, we were really not that far away from the Cape. We can kind of see it just there. I don't know if we're anywhere near where, like, the actual Cape is. What's our vertical speed? Still minus 6 meters per second. It's, right, we're gaining speed now. I will turn it off 3 times. Oh god, we're actually going to land on land. No, I wanted to land in the water. No, that's too close. Land, why have you suddenly appeared? Damn it. No, whereabouts on land are we? Oh god. Somewhere. Oh, there's the Cape. We're flying. We're going to fly into Florida Man's house. Florida Man will not be happy with us, but you know what? Oh god, this is a really, really, really bad angle. This is really bad. Right, okay, pitch up, pitch up, pitch up, caps lock off. I'm turning pitch up on these so we can pitch up some more. And we did a flip. And the engines broke off anyway, but we didn't hit the land. Oh, that would have been really bad crashing into that. Yeah, because we would have just, like, nosedived straight into the side of this. Well, the engines broke anyway, which is a little bit of a shame. But we're going to have to place some new ones on. It's a bit annoying, but we managed to recover Sieglinde Schultz successfully. And we will have got a bit of science from that for landing him too. Great. So, yeah, we're going to recover this vessel, and we will recover that to the spaceplane hangar, where we will make some edits on it and try and make it fly a little bit better. How many G's were that? I imagine it was quite a lot. He did an entire backflip in the middle of the water. Florida Man now owns spaceplane after aerospace company lands in his backyard. I mean, we landed in the water. It wasn't exactly Florida Man's backyard. It was close, but not quite. Close, but no cigar. And we got 1.2 science from that, which is, I suppose, all right. So we'll be on leave. Sieglinde Schultz. Okay. Got 12.1 science. That's actually quite a decent amount of science. Let's have a look and see what we can upgrade or unlock with that. We can get 1958 orbital rocketry. Or we can get hypersonic flight, which will give us the 1.25 meter cockpit for breaking the Kármán line, which is something that we absolutely want to do. What do I go for? Or we could get Oh, I really should get early avionics and probes. I don't know why I've not unlocked that yet. That would be really smart. That would have been really smart. Early avionics and probes. Let's get that. That's definitely the next thing that I want to get. And then I probably want to get maybe hypersonic flight, maybe entry, descent, and landing, so that I can do some recoveries from space, because that's always nice. I'm not entirely sure, but I know for an absolute fact the first thing that we are going to be doing now is coming into the spaceplane hangar, where I'm going to be editing CS2. I'm going to edit this, and what we're going to do is we're going to turn it into a Mach 2 capable supersonic plane. Egg planets, Carnasa. If you cannot get Skylon to launch, maybe you could put it on the side of a rocket and launch it like Varan's space shuttle. I mean, I already do have a space shuttle for Kerbal Kind that I'm going to be using. I am going to be using Hermes. I've already got a mod for it. I'm using the KNES mod, NES mod for it. So anyway, this is my new design for my supersonic plane. It worked quite well, just to put it lightly. But what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of those, and we are going to get some of, where are they? We're going to get some of these, and I'm going to place these on the bottom like so, and probably get those to be about here. Get some ramps. I really wish like that would work like that, and like the air would come in properly that way, but I don't think that will, because that looks way cooler than where it was before, but I don't know. So we're going to get those on, because they're going to give us a little bit of a boost when we're flying supersonically, which will be nice, and maybe we could fit another air intake on there somewhere. Carnasa, the plane looks like a banana. Does it? I don't know what bananas you've been eating, but that certainly doesn't look like a banana I would eat. Yeah. What? No one heard nothing. I always stop myself just before the fun really starts. Anyway, what is this capable? Mach 1.9. That's pretty good. That's the P-21. How big is that compared to these? Come on. Come on. Is it smaller? I think it might be smaller. Or we could go for the R11, which is, I think, the Russian variant, but I think that can go Mach 2.5, yes. What's its thrust like? Static thrust 60 kilonewtons, 38. What's this? The P-21. More. It's more. Oh, God, and I've just remembered that I put this all on the... That's annoying. So in order to change this, what I need to do is I need to do that. I need to put these on like so. Which way around should they be? That way, absolutely. No, we want to put them there like that, and make sure that they come out to about there. And look, the plane, it's naked. Quick, look away. It's a naked plane. There we go. That's looking more like how it should do. And what kind of thrust do we get on that? If I have a look in Data V stats, we get thrust to weight ratio of 1.51. We are only going to be able to fly for 18 minutes and 50 seconds at full burn though. Issue with supersonic flight. What is our issue? Have we got all of the science for it? I should have all of the science for it. So what I want to do is change to Mach 2 flight, which we can do for 36 minutes. What is the requirements? 600 meters per second above 10 kilometers. Okay, perfect. Toss. Terms of service, blur the camera. What? Nobody saw nothing. I don't know what's going on. What's what are we doing? I don't know. The X-plane looks like a banana. All planes are bananas. Are they? Are they? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, we are going to be flying this, hopefully at Mach 2. Even though these are only rated for Mach 1.9, but that's at kind of like sea level. So if we fly this above 10,000 meters, it should be a little bit cooler for the engine to deal with. So I think what I'm going to do is, and that's only going to take us 2 days to build that, which is fabulous. Oh no, I don't want to save the edits yet. I want to save this. I want to fill the tanks. And now we get, 27 minutes. That's even better. And we are going to deploy these gear. Like so. And I also want to check and make sure that my center of mass and my center of lift hasn't really changed around an awful lot. Yeah, that's looking perfect. Hopefully we don't tip on our bum, because that would be really sad. And what we're going to do is we're just going to make sure that this does fly properly, because obviously we want it to fly properly. Does it have a crew member in it? Yes, it does. Let's simulate this and see if this can break Mach 2. It's fine. The plane is naked. Oh, that's that. Oh, yes, of course. Yes, I was undressing the plane and making it suddenly all appear very inappropriate for a YouTube live video. No one wants to see naked planes on YouTube. There's Plane Hub for that. I don't even know if that's a real site, but it was the first thing that came to my head, so crack egg! I can move the gear back. Were the gear a little bit too far forward? They seem fine, and I would quite like the gear as close to the center of mass as possible, because whilst I was testing this plane, it basically took a lot of speed to get it off the runway. Like, I'm talking about 200 meters per second before it would even start pitching up. I have since adjusted the angle of the wings, so they're slightly bent in that direction to try and, you know, provide a little bit of lift. And I have moved the wheels around to try and get it as close as possible. And it has kind of sort of fixed a few of the issues that I was having. So hopefully this should be fine. And I'm not going to full throttle this because I don't really want to push this to full throttle, but yeah, there we go. Look, we can already see we're probably going to be getting a little bit of lift quite early on. Maybe 90 meters per second, 101 meters per second. There we go. We're taking off. Come on, up we go. There we go. Perfect. Not a bad takeoff in the slightest. 110-ish meters per second, and now what we can do is we can just fire up the engines. And we can go ham and try and get as fast as we can. I don't know if clipping these in slightly into the wings is preventing all of the air getting through. Because it might do, which means I might need to place them out a little bit further, which is a little bit of a shame. But we need to get up to 10 kilometers anyway, and then we need to go faster than 600 meters per second. Which, as soon as we break the sound barrier, as soon as we start going Mach 1, these should really kick in a little bit more and really push us to brand new speeds that we've never experienced before. Carnasa, why don't you use the FAR deploy gear? What? What? There's a thing for FAR to deploy gears? Is there? How does one do that? I'm probably looking at the wrong thing, but that's FAR. Is there something that I am missing? Stylish wheelie for the air traffic controllers. Yes, we were flying like that for a little while. It was it was definitely for showing off rather than me not being able to take off. And let's get some water. I definitely could do with a drink. I'm drinking a Coke right now, but I could do with something a little bit more, you know, like liquidy. Liquidy? I mean, Coke is liquid. You know what I mean. Something a little bit more refreshing. Right, I think what we're going to do is, now we're about 14,000 meters, we are going to go for broke. And hopefully, with a little bit of luck, we should reach Mach 2. What's our vertical speed? 25. I want that to be about 0. Like, around as close to 0 as possible. 10 meters, 9 meters, 7, 6, 2, 1. There we go. We go about here. Oh, no, now I'm going minus 11. Wonderful. Oh, and we've broken Mach 2. Perfect. Although this is really tricky to maintain level flight. So there we go. This will be able... Come on. It's because we just keep going faster. Like, let's slow this down. We're going 700 meters per second at the moment, almost. Come on, let's not go this fast. We only need to go 600. Only 600, but then we can do Mach 2 flight, which gets us another 16 science. That's perfect. It's going to get us loads of science. Okay, Carnasa. I miss KSP so much. So much. How comes you can't go on KSP anymore? Cruise Flight Editor is useful. I know you can mess around with that on there, but yeah. Oh, God, we're going... I don't want the engines to blow up. 705 meters per second. We can probably, yeah, break about 700 meters per second at maybe like 18 kilometers. But this will do for supersonic flight. Whoa! Okay, how well does this fly though? That's the question on everyone's mind. How well can we fly it? Can we do a loop? I'm not sure. The turn rate on this is pretty slow, but you know, it can do things. It's nothing like the electric lightning that I've designed, which is really nice to fly. But yeah, there we go. We can fly this relatively well. Let's try and physical time warp. Yeah, this is not bad to fly at all. There you go. Whee! Do a barrel roll. Barrel roll, like this. Rather than aileron roll, which is what people were telling me that I was doing last stream. And we can do whatever this maneuver is and fly upside down. Check it out. It's the first ever Australian plane. It flies upside down. It's actually maintaining speed quite well upside down. Obviously, this is a decent plane to fly in the wrong direction, and our Kerbal inboard can just get a grand look at the sea. Negative G's, PS5, nice! Carnasa, my computer broke like a year ago and I can't get a new PC. Oh, that's really sad to hear. Obviously, my GPU broke in December, and that was a very, very sad time for me as well. So I hope you managed to get that fixed soon, though, because that is rather unfortunate. Oh, what, Mark? Say what, Mark? Right, okay, well, this works perfectly fine. I know that that's going to be able to go Mach 2. We're going to revert to the spaceplane hangar. We're going to save the edits for this, which means it's only going to take us 2 days to build. Then we can fly that for real, get some Mach 2 supersonic contracts busted out of the way and get a lot of money for that, and everything be absolutely fantastic. Right, so I think I don't need to tool anything. I just need to buy the engines, which is going to cost me 0 funds because I'm going to use my subsidy. And then what I want to do, right, so I don't want to add that to my build list. So I want to go to my build list, which I can't see from here. Annoying. But I'm going to save the edits, and yeah, we'll go get rid of that. The reason why I wanted to build that rather than just save the edits is because I didn't want to go through my entire the parts and try and find out which ones that I had unlocked in order to build that, whereas I could just do that. So I know that this is the one that I want to scrap. And then what we're going to want to do is, we are going to scrap that, giving us back 901 funds. That's going to be completed in 2 days and 19 hours. What we are going to do is we're going to get an astronaut trained for a mission in an X1. I think we'll go for Anne-Marie Becker, because you are the next person to retire. We'll start your training. That's going to take us 7 days. And then you will be the first Kerbal ever to go Mach 2 in sustained flight, or in level flight, which will be very nice. It's a very good achievement. She's going to be very happy. She'll be, I don't know, her dogs will lord her forever. I'm not entirely sure what the Kerbals do once someone goes past Mach 2, but I'm sure it's something very good. Anyway, we're going to warp to complete, and we're going to fly this, except we are going to fly this in the middle of the day rather than it being at night, because I would quite like it to be in the middle of the day so I can see where I am attempting to land. Anyway, we're going to launch this. Yes. Oh, and we need to wait for the training to be done. Oops. So we're going to wait for that. And now we need to wait another day. I know I said that this stream was going to be about going orbital, but obviously in order to go orbital, well, there's a lot of explain stuff that we need to do. We need to try and farm all these contracts as much as we do, because every time we get a new reputation, our max funding will go up. And that'll mean we get more money per year, which is fabulous. So we are going to go Mach 2 Supersonic. We're going to pick that up, and we should hopefully get a fair bit of funding for this. And also a fair bit of science, because that Mach 2 flight will give us quite a bit. But what we're going to do is launch this. And yeah, let's go. Hello, Rocket Cello. Hello, hello, hello. Yes. Watching Carnasa, which means I'm good. Oh, Katniss. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to hide the camera. I'm blushing. No, I'm glad you enjoy these streams. Obviously, I think it was it last week was the first stream that I'd done in about 3 months, and now obviously I've been streaming, I think this is the 3rd stream I've done in a week, so I'm back, baby, back to streaming, although I'm starting university again soon, and I'm going away on holiday, so that means that I'm getting my streams in whilst I can. Yes. I'm trying to get as much streaming and episodes and all of that done before I have to go away again on holiday and university and all of that. But I know I am going to still be focusing on For All Kerbal Kind when I go away when I start uni, because it is a multiplayer series and I need to make sure that I am trying to upload to the schedule, which still should hopefully be every 2 weeks. I know after I finish this live stream, Biddy and N9 are both going to be dropping an episode at around 7 PM my time. So in about 2 hours, there will be a new For All Kerbal Kind episode up, which is going to be very, very, very good, I'm sure. I've seen a little bit of what Beardy and N9 have been up to, And I'm sure you will all enjoy it very much if you do like that series. Oh god, why are we going left? Go left and take off, take off, take off, take off, my beloved CS2. There we go, and away we go. And now what we'll do is just burn this full throttle. I think I'll pitch up quite aggressively, try and get a lot of altitude quite quickly, and then we will turn on Mach 2 flight as soon as we are ready. So Serge, I missed every stream since I discovered this YouTube channel like 2 months ago. Sad. Oh, Casey, this is the first one where I'm actually awake to watch. Well, I hope this has been an enjoyable stream for you. It's certainly been a stream. I mean, we've actually done a couple of flights in this stream. I think I didn't do an awful lot of actual flying in the last. Ooh, that was another ding. I didn't do an awful lot of flying in the last stream because it was just more going into the details of what this new update is going to include. But this one, now that I've kind of got my head around it a little bit, know what I'm doing, we can actually get to, you know, designing missions and flying them properly and hopefully not killing Anne-Marie Becker, because I would rather not kill any of my Kerbals. That would be very bad. Next time you're in the Spaceplane Hangar, try this. If you open the file window in the editor, you will have a button, raise gear or lower gear. Oh, what does that actually do? Oh, that raises the gear whilst you're in the editor, doesn't it? Yeah, I knew about that, and I don't know why I've been pressing that. That was what someone said before, and I'm being very silly. Why do all the Kerbals have German names? I don't know. So at the beginning of an RP-1 career, basically, there's a mod called Kerbal Renamer, and it essentially renames all of the Kerbals. And for some reason, I just seem to get a lot of Germans in my save. You can go and change them. And that is what I absolutely will be doing when I join For All Kerbal Kind. I'm going to be changing all of my Kerbals' names to some real historic names, but they're going to have Kerman as their last name. And yeah, they all seem to be German. But I quite like Anne-Marie Becker. I think that's a very strong, solid-sounding name, and she is going to be a strong, solid-sounding Kerbal for our space agency over the course of these live streams, hopefully. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get any of these Kerbals up to space due to the fact that I am still doing X-planes. Well, we might be able to send one on a kind of like X-15-esque sort of flight, but we definitely won't be able to send any of them to space in like a Mercury capsule or anything like that, because I think we're a little ways off that technology in terms of where we are at the moment. Strong name for a strong woman, indeed, absolutely. I think I'm going to go play Minecraft. Enjoy your time playing Minecraft. I've been playing Minecraft. I probably will be playing Minecraft after I watch the For All Kerbal Kind episodes later, because I have been, I was talking about earlier, I've been enjoying, well, suffering through Bedrock Minecraft recently. Right, so why are we, right, there we go. Let's try and fine tune this so that we get to about 600 meters per second. Jam on, pitch down a little bit. At about 16,500 meters, we are pointing directly away from the Space Center, which means it's going to take an absolute age to get back to the Space Center. This is going to be a little bit annoying. Did I pick up? I did pick up Mach 2 Supersonic. Oh, Rocket Cello, thank you. The missile knows where it is at all times. Thank you for the £2 donation. The missile knows where it is. What missile? Is there a missile? Is there a missile pointing at my house right now? I don't know. Were we talking about missiles? I'm not entirely sure. KSP dude. Hey, Carnasa, if possible, can you rename one of the Kerbals to Bill MacArthur after the astronaut? Because I did an interview with him the other day. Where is Bill MacArthur from? I don't actually know off the top of my head who that is. But if it's someone who is within, like... Oh, I'm going too fast. If it's someone who is in with, like, the European Space Agency, I absolutely could do that. I know, even if they're not really time-specific, I'm just going to be taking sort of names from all over, like ESA and British aeronautical kind of like icons, because it's really hard to get time-specific names, considering I'm going to be starting earlier anyway. Except the Russian rockets, they veer off course by 1 kilometer. Isn't there the... I can't remember what rocket it is. It might be a proton launch or something, where it basically, like, it launches and then seconds into the launch it just, like, completely loses its guidance. This is quite a while ago and just, like, flips over and blows up nearby. I think it was quite a large rocket, but I'm not entirely sure what it was. Right, let's try and maintain about here. So we want to maintain about 619 meters per second. There we go, this will be fine. Our vertical speed is going down ever so slightly, but we need to hold this for another 2 minutes. So that's 2 minutes of what I can see what chat are talking about. Do you prefer RP2 or RP1? I spoke about this earlier on. RP2 is a lot more complicated, a lot more confusing, and it's taken me a lot longer to get to the same stage in a save, but I think that may be because it's new. My main gripe with RP2 at the moment is just how often you have to flick between different screens, because Kerbal Space Program as a game, it tends to take quite a long time to... I'm just making sure our speed is still good. Yep, we are going like millimeters per second. It takes a long time loading screens, so the fact that like you have to build a launch complex, and then like if you make an upgrade to it, you have to build it from the vessel that you're working on, then go out of the vehicle assembly building, wait until it's done, go back into the vehicle assembly building, build that vessel, go back out of the vehicle assembly building. There's a lot of stuff like that where I feel like it's just a little bit annoying that you have to keep doing that over and over and over and over again. But at the same time, I really love complexity in games. I love having a challenge, and I love like really getting into the finer details of everything, which is why I like games like EU4, Hearts of Iron 4, Crusader Kings, or Paradox games basically. And I feel like RP2 is kind of not quite on the same level as those by far, but it is giving that sort of extra layer of strategy that I'm really kind of enjoying. And I have been playing this save on my own. I was going to do this on stream constantly, but I couldn't keep away from it. I was like, I need to give it more. I need to explore more about it and see what happened, which is how I ended up like progressing so much further since I was in the last stream. But it did take me a long time to do that. And this is definitely not one that I think is going to be able to be speedrun quite as easily. I think First Orbit so far, if you look at the records on RO Discord, have been in about 1954, which is quite slow considering some people have got First Orbit in like 51, 52 in regular RP1. 19 seconds left. I am doing Mach 2 flight, aren't I, as well? Yes, I am. And that was an earlier version of this new Programs and Launch Complexes update, which kind of like, they made it easier back then. It's now a lot harder to kind of hit those speeds, and I really want to know what the average First Orbit is nowadays, because I think if I am fortunate, I might be able to get it in 1955, before the end of 1955. I'll have all of the technology research that I do want and do need, and it just comes down to whether the rocket fails or blows up on the launch pad, really. Right, anyway, it is time to turn around and go back the way we came. Carnasa, are you going to attempt to build a moon rocket? I mean, I will eventually, hopefully in this. I'm not sure if Programs and Launch Complexes is really at a point where it's ready for that, though. Come on, let's keep going over 600 meters per second. 600 meters per second, please. Let's go down a little bit so I can get that lovely, lovely, lovely Mach 2 flight whilst I'm on my way back. There we go. Let's try and maintain 600 meters per second. And make our way back to the Space Center. This is going to be a really long and arduous process of making our way back, but it's got to be done. Let's move down a little bit and just turn around. But yes, no, a moon rocket would be very nice at some point, but obviously we are quite a long ways off that in this live stream series at the moment. This live stream series, I say live stream series, eventually, depending on how stable Programs and Launch Complexes are, I might turn this into a fully fledged episodic content series, and I might even call it Kerbal Gets Real too, because it's obviously such a big update to RP1 that I feel like it would be nice to kind of like go back to my channel's roots and sort of like be where I've already been, and you know, make something completely new, because there's been such a big change to RP1 and RO since I did that series. Now it would be nice to go back to that sort of style of video and maybe go back to where my channel first really started getting going. Carnasa, Crewed Lunar Exploration Program seems fleshed out to me. Do you mean like fleshed out? If Crewed Lunar's like, oh god. Did I pack a parachute? I don't think I did. I wasn't paying attention. The engine overheated. No! Oh, cock. I think Anne-Marie Becker might be dead. I can get out, but I don't think I packed a parachute on. don't think I gave her a parachute. And we are now sitting ducks. The engines blew up. And that's why you shouldn't attach all of your wings and your, your stuff to your engines, because this is what happens. Oh, this might be the first death. I am going to EVA Anne-Marie Becker when we get to a certain point. I think maybe when we get below like 10,000 meters, and see if she has a parachute. But I know I brought a parachute along on the last mission, but I don't think I did this one. So now this spinning rolling tube is destined for doom. How to kill a Kerbal? Yes, no. Kerbals don't have parachutes by standard in RP1. No, they do not. No, you have to tick it on Kerbal construction time when you launch it. It's I don't know if that's always been a feature, but it's definitely something that is in there now. I'm really hoping, because I selected a parachute the last flight that I flew, that it'll have automatically done it on this as well. But I think once we get to 5,000 meters, we're going to try and bail. Alright, we lose so much science for that as well. I should have paid attention. Right, no, she doesn't have a parachute. She doesn't have a parachute. Anne-Marie Becker, no! Why? Oh, that's really sad. First death. Carnasa, hold on to the side. Yeah, we got blown away, like, almost immediately. Maybe I could have saved her if we would have basically let go of the space plane as soon as it... well, not even the space plane. The supersonic jet as soon as it crashed into the water. But I'm not sure. We've got absolutely nothing. We've got no parachutes, no RCS pack, nothing to control our drop, and we're going 35 meters per second. I mean, Anne-Marie, can you dive? Can you dive? Like, hold your arms out like this. Try and dive into the water and take the brunt of the impact with your hands rather than your head. Although your head, you're definitely going head first. 30 meters per second, I think, is going to be enough to kill her. Well, oh, she survived! She survived! She's a professional diver, of course! That's why we hired her! Yes, she didn't die! She didn't die! Amazing! But the plane did! But Anne-Marie Becker, you glorious, glorious Kerbal. I knew it! Let's go! Somehow I ended up back in the first 20 minutes of this stream. Got very confused. That's rather weird. Epic. I told you. Wait, hang on. I knew it. I knew it. Were people saying that she's been stabilized? She was indeed. That's amazing. Because she doesn't look very happy, though. Like, look at her. She's got a right big frown on her face. What on earth is she doing? But she survived. Because she's obviously an Olympic diver. Right, let's just recover you. Oh no, we're gonna have to wait until we're like moving 0.1 meter. The seas in RSS are very, very choppy. Very choppy. Right, let's recover. There we go. We've got it back, but that does mean we have to build an entire new supersonic jet. Now, I know that supersonic jet does work, and it's fine to fly, as long as we don't push it past about 700 meters per second at the altitude we were, because that melted its engines, and that's why it blew up. Let's hope she can swim for 7 weeks. Yes, I imagine it's going to be quite a long time to find her. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I think that might be a bug. We just got 5.5 science from an EVA report splashed in the water. I don't think that should be in the game, because I'm fairly sure all low science should already be accounted for. So I think I might have to go on the RO Discord and mention that, because I don't think we should be getting that. We definitely shouldn't be getting 26.5 science for that. That's a little bit weird. Okay, but we've got 10 science now, so I'm not going to complain. I'm going to go spend that science. With the... oh, we got science from dropping a Kerbal from 5,000 meters. Yes, we did. Obviously, it was all some big sort of scientific experiment. We did that on purpose. Carnasa, crewed lunar exploration gives 21 billion flunds in total, by the way. Wow, I think that might be even more than lunar stuff in RP1. It may be, I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, 10 science, what can I get? I can't quite get hypersonic flight yet. I could get lunar range communications, which would be very nice, because then I could start working on going to the moon pretty much as soon as I've got all of this orbital rocketry. But I think I might need some of this to go to the moon as well. So maybe, don't really care about early flight control, but 1958 orbital rocketry so we can make a Black Arrow, because like the Black Arrow is just amazing. At least I think it is now that I've started flying it in for all Kerbal Kind. Do I want lunar range communications? Do I want to go for lunar range communications and then go for engines, or do I want to save the funds or the science that I've got and then maybe go for like hypersonic flight and 1958 orbital rocketry? What does chat think? Because I'm a little bit torn. And I also do want to pick up entry, descent and landing so I can do like recovery projects, because then I can get the 24 science from the advanced biological capsule, which would be really nice. And it also means that I get science from returning something from orbit. Lunar range comms, lunar range comms. We've got Lantis Man saying lunar range comms. So, hey Carnasa, you mentioned you like Hearts of Iron 4, EU4, Hearts of Iron 4 viewer multiplayer game when. That might be quite fun to do, actually. I've not really considered doing anything like that. I have played, like, Space Engineers on my server once, but I'm not the best at Hearts of Iron 4. I'm alright at Crusader Kings 3, and I was alright at Crusader Kings 2. Those are the ones I played the most, but that might be quite a fun idea to do at some point. Absolutely. But if you're on the Discord, maybe we'll have to arrange something. I'll talk to the mods on Discord and see if we can come up with something that'll be quite fun. Don't need comms of that range yet. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Get that technology that lets you go to orbit, obviously. Yes, of course. That's what, I mean, that is what we are researching. We are researching 56 to 57 orbital rocketry, which will allow us to get to orbit. But I think, like, hypersonic flight will allow us to do some very advanced X-planes. EDL first. EDL first. That's what I usually go for. Usually, like, so the way that I do RP1 is I get to orbit, then I do EDL, because then you can get the 24 science from the advanced biological capsule, and you also get a little bit more science from recovering something from orbit of Earth. Once you've got that science, that means you can easily unlock, like, all of this, and then you can go get a little bit of science from the moon. Then you can go up here, and then you can sort of, like, finish X-planes and do all of that. So EDL tends to be what I go for. So I think I might do that. Maybe we'll wait for the 5 science and get entry, descent and landing, because it's a really nice tech. Design an ICBM in For All Kerbal Kind. I mean, most of the rockets that I am designing in For All Kerbal Kind, and kind of like the rockets that Beardy and N9 are designing as well, a lot of them were built to be intercontinental ballistic missiles, because there's no money in space, but there's money in military and missiles that can bomb the hell out of countries a million miles away. So yeah, no, a lot of obviously like real life design, like space rockets were, well, back in those kind of times at least, were all based on ballistic missiles. Like the N1 was going to be a ballistic intercontinental ballistic missile capable of delivering the Tsar bomber, if I recall correctly. And obviously, like, Redstone, Atlas was as well, like Titan. They're all kind of like based on missiles. The R7 is like one of the most flown ICBMs. So there we go. Yeah, no, they were all based on ICBMs back in the day. Obviously things like Falcon 9 now aren't, and you know, like SLS, and the Saturn V was never developed to be a intercontinental ballistic missile either, but I think the predecessor technology that like led up to all of that definitely was. Imagine an N1L3 with 2 Saturn V's attached on the side. Yes, Proton was for Tsar bomber if I recall correctly. M1 would be able to MI over Tsar bombers. Okay, but yeah, I think the M1 was developed. Part of its kind of like plan to be brought into production was to be ICBM, as well as being able to land cosmonauts on the moon. Right, so that's a bit of a bummer. We've lost our supersonic Mach 2 plane, which means I don't get that contract. So that's 2 contracts I've just tried to complete, and I failed both of them. This has been a terrible, terrible, terrible couple of days for our space agency. We failed 2 plane contracts. But luckily, we can build another one. It's only going to take us 39 days to build this, which is great, which is fantastic news. So I'm going to save that. We're going to launch another one of these. It's only going to cost us 901 funds. It should have all of the correct engines on. P21 turbojet. Yep, that's exactly the one I want. I know this can do the contract. I just need to make sure that I don't fly too fast on the way back like an absolute buffoon. Right, so I'm going to save. We're going to leave. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a quick 5-minute break now whilst whilst it's basically the halfway point through the stream, gather myself, calm and collect myself. And I'll be back in about 5 minutes to hopefully maybe work on some orbital shenanigans, maybe try and fly these planes without breaking them, and trying to get into orbit. I think that's going to be the name of the game for the second half of the stream. So thank you for coming along to the first half. I'll be back momentarily. Until then, I've been Carnasa. See you in a bit. Where is the be right back stream screen? But there it is. Bye. Hello everyone, and we are back in the game. And I saw, just before I left to go get myself another drink, I saw White Mandarin said, "I can still hear the birds." So I pressed the escape button and got rid of the noisy birds in the back of the stream. But yeah, no, welcome back. Second half of the stream, we're going to be working on hopefully getting to orbit, and of course flying some of these planes and not having them crash and burn on us, because that would be really nice. Right, anyway. I think the next thing that I want to do, yeah, we'll wait for this high altitude recovery and we'll train up some astronauts and make sure that they can fly those. Let's try and get through this real quickly. Gunter, you are tasked for doing this very critically important mission, and I think, how far away are we from the construction? It's going to cost us like... I kind of want to get this done a little bit sooner. August the 1st. It's going to cost us a lot more money though. Let's go for the end of August. It'll cost us how much more? It says 35,000. If we maybe spend like an extra 12,000 on that. We'll get that done at the beginning of August. Yeah, I'm quite happy with doing that. Holy, you scared me. I was watching another video. I'm so sorry. Hi, Lantis Man. Hello, SunnyCat9201. Remember parachutes. I mean, we landed the X1 semi-successfully last time, so I'm fine not using parachutes on that. Hello back, welcome. Yes, yes, yes. Remember parachutes. I think the X2, or so as it's called, shouldn't need parachutes, but what we are going to do is... Oh, we need to wait for someone to be trained first anyway. So we'll do that. We'll get you trained up, and we'll get a bit more funding. I'm going to leave my funding go for a little bit, because I obviously need to buy some engines in order to get our first orbital launch vehicle, and maybe we'll upgrade like mission control or something at some point soon. But we are going to prep this for air launch, because we want to do that. We're going to warp that to complete, and then we are... I'm going to time warp ahead a little bit, just to make sure that we can see where we are trying to land. We're going to air launch this. So we went 450 kilometers last time, and we overshot a little bit. So I think I'm going to go for 380 kilometers away. Maybe we'll go 380 I think will be fine. 90 degrees, that sort of velocity and altitude should be fine. We're going to launch. We are going to tick shoot so that we include a parachute. Gunter Hoffman, we're going to fill the tanks, and we're going to try and break that 60 kilometer altitude. And we'll see if we can finally go higher than any Kerbal has ever gone before and come back down safely and not break the plane because I forget to turn off the engines when we're going far too fast. No, that would be a really silly thing to do, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? I should tell myself that. Oh god, air launching, quick! Get the atmosphere, autopilot on, module manager, turn it on, master switch, caps lock, go! There we go, launching, and we are good. Z, 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 press all the buttons, space, crap, I forgot to put engines back on! No! Oh, I forgot to put the engines back on because they broke in the water! Oh, that's really annoying. Oh, that's... Well, yeah. Okay, let's just land this in the sea then. Oops. Well, hopefully, Gunter Hoffman is going to be able to land this rather successfully in the sea. Because that's all we're going to be able to do. We'll nose down, and then when we get low enough, we'll start pitching up, try and lose a bit of speed. Oh, God. Oh dear. EVA, 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 EVA! Let go! And he survived, even though we lost the plane. That's because I time warped, and you should never fly whilst time warping. Oh, this X-Plane program is going about as well as it could. Really, honestly, it's going terribly. I shouldn't have time warped then. Carnasa, uh-oh, again. Dump all the fuel. That looks suboptimal. Yes, that was really suboptimal. That was a real pain, and I shouldn't have... I'm just getting impatient. I was getting impatient because I didn't place the engines on. That's really annoying. Well, we're certainly sending our Kerbals swimming. They're getting a nice few swimming lessons. Breaking one plane after the other. Yeah, and it's really annoying because that's now going to take us a really long time to build that plane up. That one was much more expensive. Ugh. Yeah, no, I shouldn't have time warped. Basically, because I was time warping whilst I was trying to pitch up, the G's were stronger than if you were normally flying, and it basically ripped the wings off. But, I mean, Gunter survived, so we've still not lost any crew. We've just lost our best 2 planes in the space of like 3 days. Maybe a little bit further than that, but we are going to have to build another one of those because that will get us some nice altitude science, which I really do want to get. They are good swimmers now. They absolutely are. We are Kerbal C program, not the space program. We just end up sending our planes plummeting to their deaths by accident. Oh, that's really annoying. But yeah, no, we'll build another one of these. It's going to take 40 days. That's not actually too much, but obviously it's the... Oh, we need to put the engines on as well. It's just the price of, like, buying these as well, which is a little bit annoying. This will raise the time it takes to build too. So I need, if I come in here, I should have an XLR something somewhere, XLR 11, and I want to change the engine to the RM5, which is the one that we have been using. I can't wait to use these because these are a lot better. And then what we'll do is we'll just grab 2 of these, place them like so on here. Get rid of the mount because I don't want the mount. We just want him to be bare. And then we'll flip those 90 degrees like this and bring them so that they come out the back like so. And I think I'll flip them 90 degrees as well, and we will move those as close to each other as I physically can. And hopefully this should all be fine. We'll move those to about there. And the old variant of this also had that little bit of piping coming out as well, so I'm not too fussed that that's still. Although if we put those there like that, that kind of like hides it. And you know what? Hiding it within the tank might work a little bit better, because then that way it's kind of shielded against the water if it comes crashing down in the water. So that is going, bloody hell, that's going to take 100 days. No, why is that going to take so long? Oh, that's really annoying. Okay, well, anyway, gotta be done. 112 days to build that. Fantastic. We're going to launch and we're going to leave. And I'm going to go cry myself to sleep for the next 10 minutes. Oh dear. Think, Carnasa. Think. Always build a backup. I should have had a backup. I should. Kerbal boat. Boat? This isn't a Martin Pseudopad stream. Absolutely not. Is this series going to be a 1v1v1, or are you going to help the UVS? I'm not going to be helping anyone. I'm going to be helping myself and nothing but myself. If you're talking about For All Kerbal Kind, this isn't actually For All Kerbal Kind. This is just something that I'm doing on the side of that. But no, in For All Kerbal Kind, I will be my own nation, and I'll be trying to do things for myself as much as I possibly can. I don't know how long that's going to take, but we'll see, right? So that's going to be done. See, that's not going to take 120 days. Oh, no, maybe it will. 29th of October. Yeah, no, that will. Oh, well, right. So I guess, yeah, that's a little bit annoying. I think what we'll do is we will warp that to complete, gain ourselves some more funds. I've got 129,000 subsidy, which is brilliant. And we'll time warp this ahead. This song is going to get really funky in a minute if it's the song that I think it is. And yeah, maybe what I'll do for the next little bit of the stream is potentially look at building something that can lift 1,000 grams to space, or 1 kilogram, because we do need to be able to do that. So I might actually have a look and see what we can do. And I think it's probably best to start working on that now, so I can start building up the launch complex for that. Because I think if we have a look, Allegro 1 is going to be built relatively soon. And yeah, we want to start working on some bigger orbital boys as soon as that is done. So yeah, let's go in the vehicle assembly building and have a look and see just how on Earth we're going to be able to get a 1-ton satellite to space. 1 kilogram. Yes, 1 kilogram. 1,000 kilograms. No, I mean... Yeah, no, yeah, I do mean 1,000 kilograms. I do mean 1,000 kilograms. I'm being very, very dumb. I said 1,000 grams and 1 kilogram, didn't I? But no, 1,000 kilograms. Yes, thank you for the corrections. I want N9 to build the Nova. I don't know if N9's going to go down that route. I know he's going to be doing some shuttles. Or kind of like the Saturn C8, is it? Is that the alternate name for the Nova? Sounding rocket, then. Sounding rocket. No, we need to fill up more than I was putting. Right, so yeah, we're going to design, hopefully, a 1 kilogram to low Earth orbit launch vehicle. So let's just get tank UI. What we'll do is come in here, add lead ballast, like 488. That's fine. I really, this song just makes me happy. It's very bouncy, very, you know, like jumpy, just like very, yeah. You can definitely see someone in glasses like this on a beach in Ibiza just going like, yeah, mate, kind of like dancing around like a crazy loon, as you do. Okay, so that now weighs 5 tons. We do not want 5 tons. We want about 1 ton. So I think if we go, oh, we need a bit bigger than that. Let's go for like 1.049. There we go. That'll be fine. So in this save as well, I'm not going to be limiting myself to only American nor Russian nor any engine is basically fair game. That's the rules for this save. So we'll see if we can make a building, or build a rocket that is able to take 1 ton to space. I've got no idea if this style of rocket will work, or if I'm going to have to maybe use an additional, say, like one of these GRC thingy majiggies. Oh, I've lost it because I've not researched. No, I have researched it. I should have researched it. Where is it? There. It's going to cost 10,000, but it costs us 0 after subsidy. So I'm going to buy that now because I do want to have this. So if I put that on there like so, how much is that going to give us delta V wise? I need to, damn it, I need to put avionics on this. You know what? Let's just put a science core on this, and then try and get this as close to 1 ton as possible. All right, so 7. You know what? That's fine. That's another bug that I've kind of experienced with this as well, is that the nodes don't quite snap like they do in normal RP1. I'm not entirely sure what's causing that. That's probably something that I should mention. Okay, let's get that up to just over 1 ton. Perfect, because that's what we need. Carnasa, the satellite doesn't need to be 1,000 kilograms. The mass of the final craft needs to be 1 ton, including the upper stage. Oh, okay. So, theoretically, I could put this on there and not decouple it, and that be fine. Right? Or is it once this is empty? So if I empty that out, that's still obviously going to be over 1 ton. But that gives us not very much delta V at all. Really. Wow. That is pathetic. Oh, thank you, Lance's Man, for the donation. My cat Lancelot turns 17 tomorrow. Wow, that is an old cat. Yeah, no. Congratulations to Lancelot. That is a very old cat. I had... My last cat, I think, was a black cat that looks very similar to Lancelot, if it's the same picture as in your profile picture. I think she lived to about 26. Black cats just live forever, man. Like, they just go on and on and on. She was a very cute cat. I was very sad when she passed away at about... Yeah, I think she was about 26, 27. Very, very, very old cat. Okay, so yeah, that gives us absolutely sweet F-all in the ways of delta V. So I don't think I'm really going to want a kick stage like that. What does, like... Yeah, I think we might rely on just kind of like standard a 2-stage design, maybe a 1.5-stage design. I don't really want to go for Atlas, but if Atlas is required, then we'll go for Atlas. Let's go for like a 2-meter diameter tank there. And I will get... I think I might have a look at the isogrid structure, because I'm definitely going to be unlocking the isogrid structure tanks anyway, because they are going to get maybe Juno or maybe some other rockets up to space. So I think if we go like this, maybe bring that down to, I don't know, 2.5 meters. We'll see what engines I have to play around with. Oh, I've also unlocked the Katniss parts as well. Lovely. Cats are too good for us humans. They are indeed. I have a couple of cats at the moment, Teddy and Pippin. They're not. They were in the video that both of them were in the video that I released. Was it yesterday or the day before? The upside down SLS landing on the surface of the moon video. Yeah, they were both in that video, and I do love them to bits. And I just threw pictures of them in there because I wanted to have my cats on the video, because I do love them to bits. Cats think they're too good for humans, but they're actually pretty stupid. I mean, if you want to go down that route, my cats are incredibly dumb. I would agree with that. Absolutely. I don't know who said about this in the last stream, but someone told me, and I missed the comment yet again, because I seem to miss like all of the important comments, that you now can get procedural mounts, which is really cool. Basically, the mount section from RO tanks, but done as a single part. So that means I can, you know, get upper stage, and I can get like can I get the LDC ones? Because I think these look amazing. Look at that. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Right, anyway. I need to have a look through the engines that I'm going to have unlocked, and I think I'm quite safe to go with the 56 to 57 orbital rocketry now for these, and I need to find an engine that is not ground lit for this, which may be easier said than done. Now, there is one that... Oh, no, I can't. I was going to say, I know there's certainly one that I could potentially look at getting, but that's not until 1958, and that was the Gamma 2, but I suppose I may be able to go for like a double Gamma 301, as silly as this looks. What sort of delta V is this going to give us? Because this is quite a decent engine and doesn't require high pressure tanks, which is great. So that's going to give us 3,482 meters per second for 2 minutes and 9 seconds of burn. So we can get that to burn a little bit longer than that. We can get that to burn about that much, but will that be enough? If we go for something like this. This is basically a gamma 8 now. This is getting a little bit silly. Like, yeah, we could definitely go for something like that. But I'm not sure if this is the route that I want to go down. Because still, 3,640 meters of 3,640 meters per second of delta V. That's not great. That's really, really, really not great. So we might have to go for something a little bit different, considering this is now also 13 tons. But we are going to be lifting an entire ton to low Earth orbit. But yeah, we'd need like 6,000 meters per second of delta V in the first stage, which, I don't know, may be possible with a RD-108, but it's not something I've ever really tried before. I'm going to have a look and see kind of like what we can do, though, with that. So I think we'll go base size for this. I think we'll make this about 3 meters, because I feel like the RD-108 is going to be a heffing chonker. Or it might be... Is it 108? Is it 3 meters? Let's get the procedural mount and change it to an RD-108 procedural mount and have a look and see exactly how big this boy is. Let's get rid of you. Put you on there. Change you to a first stage and RD-108. Like so. We get that and we put that in there. Do I want that 45 degrees? I think I do. Yeah, I absolutely do. Why did I suddenly go a West Country then? Farmer, I barely know her. Right, no, I want this like that. So this is, how wide is this? How wide does this need to be in order to match the engine? I don't care about real sizes. I just want this to kind of like, look, there we go. That 2.3 looks about right. I think that feels like it matches that pretty much back. Yeah, 2.4 is a little bit too big, so maybe we want to go for 2.3 like that. And then we'll get rid of you, and then we'll make a 2.3 tank here. And hopefully, should all be good. Carnasa, the tank would be 2.2, but 2 meter works for the RD-108. Oh, so it's 2.2. Okay. All right, let's have a look and see what 2.2 looks like. I think that looked okay as well, to be fair. 2.2. Oh, yeah. 2.2 works as well, really nicely. Yeah, we'll go for 2.2, if that works. Base size, 2.2. And then we have a little bit of a kind of like angle up here. I think I might change this, because it is a little bit silly. I'm amazed not everyone's just gone like, oh my god, what are those Gamma 301s doing right there? Get rid of them, throw them away, throw them in the bin, get rid of them, throw everything, and leave the stream all in mass exodus because I'm just designing something ridiculously silly. But that's what we do on these live streams, design ridiculously silly things. All right, we're going to go for maybe like a diameter of 1.8, and this is going to be a heffing chonker of some avionics because that's what we're going to need. We're going to maybe switch to early avionics because hopefully I'll have unlocked that by the time that we want to launch this. And then I'm going to get myself an integral or isogrid structure tank, and we're going to make this 2.2 and bring that all the way down here, and then put that there like that, and then we get some weird looking stick. Maybe we can add some boosters onto it, although that is already going to weigh quite a bit of mass, I imagine, if we fill this up. So we want to fill that up, and that is now going to weigh 50 tons. So I think we're going to need way more than that. Yeah, we need 2,000 meters per second more delta V. That gives us a burn time of 1 minute 46. This can burn for like a long time, can't it? 5 minutes and 40 seconds. So we can absolutely build this a little bit longer. I know the original R7, if we really wanted to make it like the original R7, like the nose, it's kind of like a thin stick, and then the nose kind of like goes out like that to like support the payload on top. But I'm not going to be going for a design like that because I can't afford to, realistically. Yeah, but what we'll do is I might make this 2.3. 2.3 seemed to look quite nice as well. And to be honest, it's like kind of, it means that I don't have to make this as ridiculously tall. Right, so that's got a surface thrust to weight ratio of 1.46 at the moment. Let's try and get that down to about like 1.2 or 1.28. That gives us 8,265 meters per second of delta V to lift 1 ton. and that's only burning 3 minutes and 3 seconds, and we're currently weighing 74 tons. Okay, so clearly this isn't going to work. We need a little bit more of a heftier upper stage, maybe. Maybe the Gamma 301s aren't really what's required. So, Yo Carnasa, do you want a cello performance? Currently practicing with this as the white noise, and I just thought of it. Got to try to minimize performance nerves. Do I want a cello performance? Like you perform cello and I could use it for something? Because absolutely, yeah, if you want to do that, that would be wonderful. I might, like, if you ever want to send me anything as well, like, obviously I make music, I did the Starlight cover. One thing that I find really hard to put on songs if I'm creating them, because I can't play violin or cello or any sort of string instrument at all. I play guitar and I can play piano. Finding a way to put, like, good sounding violin or cello or any of those kind of instruments onto a song that I'm working on is a nightmare, because just any of my kind of like fake instruments that I use on Logic Pro, which is what I make, which I mix down all of my music in, they just sound, they don't sound real. So yeah, anything like that is bad. Carnasa, again, you don't need a one ton payload. So the payload, right, so explain this to me again. The payload needs to be, so the final stage that reaches space needs to be over a ton, which actually, theoretically, right, if I just use this stage to get to space, like we empty this out, that's still 2.2 tons. And this will be in space. This will be in space. So would this work? Although, for the satellite contract, it needs to be in space for a day, I think, and it needs to transmit cosmic science data, if I recall correctly, which means that it would be better to decouple this. I don't know. Am I on Apple Music? No, I'm not. I'm not on Spotify or anything like that. I uploaded a few songs to SoundCloud once upon a time, but apart from that, I've not really done anything. A few of my songs have been in the playlist that I've been playing today, though. Mostly my drum and bass songs, though. Sibelius to compose sheet music, and the cello part sounds fake. Sibelius does sound really bad. I used to use that a lot when I was younger, when I messed around in music lessons at school. Yeah, all of the kind of like instruments. The stuff that I have got at the moment is like professional, like I use something called Native Instruments Contact, which is all professionally sampled and sourced, like actual things playing. And you can, if you really try, make it sound like a real instrument, but I'm just not at the kind of level where I can make it sound really good. Just put on enough battery. Enough battery. I suppose, yeah, but that would also add how long is this going to last? Currently, it won't last anything. 13.5 tons. This is, was it 13.5 tons? 13.5 tons. It was... Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly where I want it to be. And then we go tank UI. So we need to make this last a day, theoretically. Electric charge. Yeah, that's not happening. Oh, actually, no, maybe. Oh, no. No, wait, hang on. If I switch to early avionics, right? A day and 5 hours. There we go. That might just work. This might work. How heavy is this? This is going to be 13.5 tons still. We get 3,778 meters per second of delta V from this. This is a real way to cheese this, though, if this does work. But, you know, I enjoy teasing things. So basically, what I want to do is I want to get rid of all of this, and this will be the final stage that ends in there. I need this mass to read just over 1 ton with all of this, and that'll be fine. Right? That is what I want to happen, right? I'm going to put that there, and we're going to make, hang on, what's this? New root, I want this. No, I want this. Ah, I'm getting so confused. Right, you want to be the root part. You want to go. This is cheesing this contract completely, by the way. That is now 1.346 tons. So if I get this to be just over, and I suppose we need some of the experiments on this as well. We absolutely need one of these. because that is one of the required things that we need. So we'll just whack that in the middle there for now, just to, you know, test out that this works. When I build this for real, what I will do is I will place this inside the avionics, but because I haven't unlocked that part in the science tree yet, I've not actually got the technology to make that. Even though I'm researching it, I can't place that inside the avionics unit. So this needs to be just over 1 ton. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a science core. We're going to probably make this like this big. I might make this look a little bit prettier at a later date, but at the moment it's just going to look like an ugly piece of metal. We'll do that, and we will configure this. I'm going to go science core, which we're going to switch to avionics prototypes. I'm going to close that. That's one thing that they've updated as well. That window used to take up the whole screen. That's been fixed now, which is really nice. Katniss is. Are you my bro? Is Katniss? I'm not entirely sure. So Carnasa, I've installed RP-2, but it feels like build times take forever. Am I doing something wrong? 10 engineered take 4 years to build a simple Aerobee rocket. Yeah, that sounds a little bit broken. When I was doing my Aerobees and stuff like that, they were taking about 40 to 45 days. Are you tooling everything? You also, you might need to have a play around with who your, like, oh, I can't remember what they're called, administrators are. So, like, you get kind of like better ones early game. I don't know if what I've gone is great, but it obviously isn't that great because it's costing me more money to actually build these. But yeah, no, that is a little bit long. Hey, sorry for spamming, but can I DM you some recordings of me playing Carnasa? It's some Vivaldi. Absolutely, of course you can. After, what are you on Discord? What are you on Discord? Let me know, and yeah, because I have to accept friend requests, but that's absolutely fine. Did you tool it? Yes, yeah, there we go. Hire more engineers. You can't hire more engineers than 10 for the first sounding rocket complex, though. That is a problem. It is very limited. It's all tooled, only 10 engineer fit in that LC. Yes, yeah. You can only fit 10 in the 1 ton launch complex, which is really annoying. Really, really, really annoying. I actually ended up in my journey from the first stream to this stream building a 2 ton launch complex, which I dismantled just to get a few more altitude high sounding rockets right. So I want to come in here and probably go tank UI, change this so that it weighs just over 1 ton. Just over 1 ton, please. Tank UI, tank UI. We want to go for maybe like 25,000, but also at the same time, I want to make sure that it's over a day and 3 hours. I mean, it kind of is there. Kind of works. And then we put this on here. And what are we looking like delta V wise? Only 7.5. Oh, that's because the things are all messed up. Yeah, no, we need to change the staging. Right, let's get rid of you. You go. Then you decouple. Then you go. Why is stage it? Oh, it's because I've emptied it. There we go. 9,456. Okay. Right. So that theoretically should be able to complete the contract. If we whack this on here, this is such a busted way of like, honestly, this is so silly, but it might work. And if it works, this is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. This is going to cost an absolute friggin' nightmare to tool, but, you know, we're going to go with it. Base size 2.2, top 2. We're going to put a little bit of extra height on that. And there's a very good chance that this rocket will fail because it's a very cursed rocket with 2 HTP Gamma 301s powering the second stage. But, you know, we will be using the we will be using the HTP on my first orbital launch vehicle, so we will get a few data units for that, and hopefully nothing should go terribly wrong. Right, I want to make this into a conic, and I want to colour it the Atlas recolor because I like the Atlas recolor. I want to probably change this. Maybe I'll go for the Juno again because I quite like the... Oh, no. Oh, no. Wrong thing. Wrong thing. Quick. There. That one. Fill Gamma. I want the Gamma 301. There we go. And let's make that fully utilised. Yeah, we're overburning on that a little bit, but that's fine. And what we'll do, overburning 2 engines though, is that really fine? I don't think it is. Friend request has been sent, Carnasa. Okay, when I get on Discord, I will accept that. But yeah, no, absolutely, that would be awesome. Thank you for sending that. Can someone explain what tooling is? Basically, tooling is, I talk about it a little bit in my 10 things I wish I knew RP1 video, but it's like the upfront cost that you pay for a factory to kind of like make the specific size and measurements of a certain part, so that it's quicker for them to build that part rather than just building it once. You've got like a production line that is going to then produce that part on and on and on. And basically it's like the kind of like entry cost of buying the specific tank, because obviously procedural tanks, you can change them to all shapes and sizes. So that is essentially what tooling is in my eyes. God damn it, I keep changing the wrong thing. I want to change the color on this. I want to change it to like Juno, because Juno might be a little bit weird. I might change it to just Thorable, because I think Juno might be a little bit squished at the top. Yeah, that's a little bit squished. I'm going to change it to Thorable, because I want that kind of like line across it, because I really like that line. I think it looked very stylish. Very stylish. And then what you do is I change this to recolor, and I'm going to color in this all white like so. And then I will come into here, open recolor. Oh, no, don't want to talk. Bloody hell, 20,000 funds. Oh my God, it's going to cost me an arm and a leg. Oh, so expensive. So bloody expensive. Yeah, and then we'll do the same here. 13.5 tons. I think that is all right. I'm just going to open up the recoloring GUI, put that in there like that, and then I'm going to make this Atlas recolor. Where are you? We'll do that there like that. Open recoloring GUI. So even though this is white, it doesn't quite match the same white as the rest of the white that I've got. And I found that if you take the detail on this and just slide it all the way down to 0, look, it now matches. And I didn't know about that for the longest time, but there we go. That's how to make fairings look the same color as the other whites, which I don't know why that does that, but it's a little bit annoying. I'm going to do the exact same thing on here. Looks like I've already done that. Lovely. And then I kind of want to make that black metallic. So I'm going to come into here, and I think it's this one, and make that black paint metallic. Yep, there we go. And then we've got a little black bit there. Okay, cool. And then I just need to figure out a way of coloring in that. But for now, I think what I'm going to do is I am just going to leave that like so. And we're going to stick some clamps onto this. And theoretically, because this is 9,454, or yeah, 2 stages, both controlled, it should be able to use MechJeb, which would be wonderful. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, just make sure that this is all configured. Yep, that's fine. Wow, this is suddenly very aggressive music. Oh, this is going to be 9396. Are we going to be able to do this? I'm not sure if this will. Might need to maybe extend this a little bit, but we can, because this can burn for a lot longer than it is at the moment. And yeah, it's the thrust to weight ratio is 1.29, so we can probably squeeze a little bit of extra delta V out of this stage. But we need that to be, yeah, we'll put this at 76 tons, and I think I'll come into the tank UI, we'll add some electric charge. We won't want 67,000, because that really cuts our delta V down. I think we'll go for about 1,000, and that probably shouldn't actually be, that should be way more than enough, I reckon. And then, yeah, with that all being done, I think I want to move that there. I want to get rid of these, and you can, oh, no, you can go up there. I don't want to decouple you. Fairing can go after we deploy the Gamma 301s. That can fire at the same time as that. And yeah, that should be all good. That should theoretically be enough to complete this contract. Excuse me. Although I don't know. We'll test this out. Let's try and save a little bit of mass. I don't know why the density or why the delta V has just gone down massively. Oh, there we go. We've gained a little bit of that back. I think what we can also do as well is fairing decoupler, turn that off, and that might give us a bit more delta V as well. Yeah, there we go. We've got almost 9,400. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this as Big Orbital Boy for now, because I don't want to name it until it's all completely done. We're going to save this. We're going to test this, fly this with MechJeb. Because then that way I can have a look at chat whilst I'm doing that. I know I've ignored chat whilst I've been building this, and there's probably been people screaming at me saying like, why have you not added blah blah blah? But we'll do this and have a look. Carnasa, do be tooling 2.3 meters and 2 meters. Yeah, they're going to be very expensive to tool, and I'm not looking forward to it. Hello, Rail Cowgirl. First orbit, yes, we are working on first orbit. This vehicle though is not going to be my first orbital vehicle. No, we're going to be using some weird toothbrush rocket that isn't designed, is basically not based on anything, although this rocket isn't either. We've got an RD-108 first stage, and then we've got Gamma 301 second stage, which it's like British and Russian engines, British and Soviet engines all mixed together in some glorious, hideous contraption that is this. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, we are going to get MechJeb Autopilot to do this because I can. It should be able to do this quite easily. So I think what I'll do is we will switch this to Prime Vector Guidance because that is what you need to do for RO. Target periaps, we're going to go for 215 kilometers. Target apoaps, we're going to go for 2,000 because it needs to be over 1,500 for the contract to complete, I believe. Or it might be between... let's go for 1,800. See if this has enough delta V to do this. Inclination, we're going to go current, and we're going to engage autopilot. And I think I'm going to change the booster pitch to... Oh, God, that's not going to be enough. That's going to be way off. Yeah, that should be about, like, 600, I think. But anyway, I'm going to attempt to fly this and see if this works. I have very little faith. So you need a small loan of $1 million funds. I don't know if it's going to be that much. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near that much. It's going to be a lot. I know that top tank, the 2-meter one, was going to be 20,000 anyway. But that's quite a lot. The bottom one, however, that is going to cost me an arm and a leg. But I am doing the heavy satellites contracts, or the heavy satellites program, which should get me a lot of money. Carnasa, your staging is crap. Was it crap? Oh, it probably was. I changed that, though, before we launched. And hopefully that means it should all be fixed. Do I really want to pitch this over at 80? I think that might be a little bit too slow. Bigger fins, spin stabilize them with solid rockets at launch. I suppose, yeah, you can use... like little two that are facing like that, opposite sides of each other, to spin stabilize something when it launches. I used to do that all the time. I tend not to do that anymore. I tend not to use separation motors at all because most of the time the rockets that I build don't actually need any sort of ullage motors. Like, this isn't going to use ullage motors, and I have a feeling that this should work. If it doesn't, though, I'll just hot stage it, like this stage, because what I can do is I can look at this and see the spool up time, which is going to be, I think it's 1.53 seconds for the RD, not the RD-108, the Gamma 301. Hopefully this rocket should make it up to orbit. Principia as well. I'm not playing with Principia on this save. The reason why I've not got it, as much as I would love to get Principia, is because RP-2, whatever this is called, Launch Complexes and Programs Update, it like highly advises against getting any other mods. Obviously, Principia is quite a big mod to get, so I have decided against it whilst I'm trying this. Yeah, look, it says we're going to like finish with like minus 700 meters per second of delta V, because this stage is going to take an awful lot to burn through. So I'm either going to need to design a better upper stage, or I'm going to need to seriously think about extending this first stage, because we are going to be about 800 meters per second short, which is quite a lot. Which mods adds the British rocket? I know RO Engines has quite a lot of British engines now. You've got the Gamma 301, you've got the Gamma 2, Gamma 8, the Stentor, you've got... what else has it added? That might be it, but I know it adds quite a few. Yeah, no, this is unfortunately not going to make it. And we need this final stage to be in space if we want to complete the contract, which is a little bit annoying. So we're going to have to go back to the drawing board on this, because that is not going to work. I'm going to revert flight to the vehicle assembly building, and I'm going to work on this. But one sec, I'm just going to quickly pop away and go grab myself another drink, because I finished my one already, even though I only went and grabbed it not that long ago. Back in a moment, but I'm not even going to put a Be Right Back screen, because it's in the same room. So far. So far. Ooh, this sounds like some music that I've made. This is called Haunted. I think. Is this music that I've made? It sounds like my song. It is! It's called Haunted. This was meant to be quite sad and like slow and piano-y, and then also have a beat in the background. But yes, I did make a I did make a rap to go over this, and it doesn't sound very good. I think someone asked me if I ever rapped in the last live stream, and this was the one time that I attempted to do a rap on a song ever, and I don't rap. No, not for me. It doesn't work. I can sing, but rapping, just really not my forte. Absolutely not. Where Carnasa? Add tea. I mean, I should really be drinking tea. I am a Brit after all. Maybe just strap 4 more on the side and call it a day. See, I absolutely would. And we could make some sort of weird R7-esque kind of launch vehicle. However, it's gonna weigh a lot. Sad and slow and haunted. I mean, that's why I called it haunted, because it was sad and slow. More booster. We could add boosters, but I really want to try and avoid adding mass where I can. I'm going to have a look and see if there's any other engines. Is that ground? That's ground lit only. That's like a small engine that is based on Soviet designs. This doesn't have gimbal, so I don't really want to use that, and it's not as good as... oh wait, no, that's just a turbojet. I thought that was the Stentor. That's the Stentor. That doesn't have gimbal, but it's not only ground lit. That is ground lit only, because that's the rocket engine for Vanguard. AJ-10, we might have. Could that possibly work? Solid boosters on the sides. I don't really have any solid boosters big enough. The largest one that I have, I don't have the Castles or anything like that yet. The largest one's not that, is the Nike. These are the biggest that I have. And these are not going to give me 800 meters per second of delta V with what I've got. I think... I wonder, what is there a better upstage engine? This is the problem with early RP1. You're so limited. RD211, that's ground lit only as well. LR79, I don't really want to use one of those, although we could maybe... What have I built? I'm just wondering, if I come into here and have a look at, like say this, could I possibly use these as boosters? Will that get me 800 meters per second of delta V? It very well might. Let's have a look. If I use some of these as boosters, this is going to look hella weird, but it might just do the trick. I'm not entirely sure. I don't want to build this much heavier. Maybe if we go for like 2 of these, and I'll place these at a 45-degree angle. Maybe that's a little bit too big of a decoupler. We'll place those there like so, and go for 2 of my older rockets. And a good thing about this is that if I build this like this, then I don't even need to tool these up, because these have already been tooled up, and I think these use the RD102. What version of that is that at the moment? No, that's just the RD100 still. Oh dear. Oh dear, that's not a very good engine. Right, okay, we put these on here like so. Get those. Get these burning. And see if this can work. Hey, Carnasa, how has it gone so far? It's gone alright. I'm currently reverting to some very, very strange design choices, but it should be going alright. I think what we can do as well is we can make the top of this as small as possible. Although that does look a little bit weird. And we'll want to put these to aluminium high pressure, or no, just aluminium 2. And we'll go for like a couple of liquid fuel boosters that are a little bit bizarre, but you know, they might work. Let's have a look and see how this goes. And I think maybe we can upgrade this to the, although it's going to cost us a lot of funds. We've unlocked all of these. How much is that? 307. That goes up to like it's going to cost us 14,000. I'll change to that and have a look and see how that does for us. If we remove all tanks... Oh no, it's already removed. So RD100 series early. Is that going to give us any extra? We want to fire those all at the same time. That gives us 9,762 meters per second currently. So that is a lot better already. Already that is looking much, much, much better. Although we could probably maybe make that a little bit bigger. This is currently 92 tons. I think, what is our thrust to weight ratio off the pad? 1.98. Jesus, that is a lot. And this is only going to burn for 40.5 seconds. That's because I've made this a lot smaller than it was. I think if I go for like 1.25, which is what this was originally, and then maybe it would be better. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go for this, and we'll see how this works. So Carnasa, I just got to 1,000 meters per second, or 10,000 meters with a single gamma upper stage, an RD108, and an SLT of 1.15. Is that a gamma? Gamma 8, a Gamma 2 even, because I'm not actually using the Gamma 2, I'm using the Gamma 301. Although actually, hang on, I think I might be able to upgrade these. Can I upgrade them? No, we can't. I lack the technology. That's a shame. It's the Gamma 308, really? Sea level thrust to weight ratio of 1.15. So let me get this straight. If I build this so that this is now 1.15. Like about there. Probably, yeah, that'll go up when I change this to just a single gamma 301. If we do that, although this is now not going to weigh as much when it gets to space, which is a problem, but it might be okay. And oh no, that tank is all right. That tank is also all right. What I'm going to do is we'll go engine gamma 201. Why can't I fill this up? Why can I not fill this up? Oh no, it will. Remove all tanks. Gamma 301. 1.15. Okay. Why is this stage not showing? Why is it not showing up? Excuse me. Maybe it's because I put it on the wrong place? 4,800. Oh god, that's way overburning. 2 minutes and 25 seconds, so that needs to be like here. 1.5. So if I then get rid of this, see, that's now only 0.957 tons. And then if I put that back on, put that in there, tuck that away, no one wants to see you, we get, oh yeah, you know what? You might be onto something here. Look at that. That's 10,000 meters per second. You know what? I think you might have cracked the case. Was that why Mandarin? Yeah, it was. Yeah, 10,134 meters per second. We don't need to faff around adding these silly boosters. No, there we go. I should have just made this stage longer. Needed more shaft. Everyone needs more shaft in their life. And that is apparently what I needed. Because look, that is fine. That will absolutely do us. We're overburning that stage by 10 seconds, but that's fine. I just didn't need to make this a ridiculously chunky second stage. But what I do need to do, however, is make sure that this weighs a little bit more. So that is currently 0.957, and if we get rid of that, that's 0.447, and this needs to be over a ton. So I guess what we can do is, what's the battery life on this? Go for maybe like... that's getting it up a little bit. Go for like 1.5 there, because I would like this satellite to stay in space as well. What I can do here, 13.5 tons. How much does this weigh all in? 7 tons. Right, so this can come down. Let's go for like 7.5. And I want to try and get this up to above a ton. There's a lot of finagling around here. Carnasa, just don't decouple the fairings. I mean, I suppose, and then, so I'm very, 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 very close there. Although, I think if I don't decouple the fairings, the experiment will count as shrouded, and I won't be able to do the experiment, and I won't be able to get the science for it. Although, I could whack the experiment on there, on the avionics that were on this unit anyway. But I might have a look and see if I come into Tank UI and just up this electric charge to like 66,000, see what that gives us. That's too much. That is 1.088 tons. That's too much. I'm really enjoying listening to like a playlist that I've actually put together rather than listening to a random playlist on Spotify. It's nice not hearing the same lo-fi beats over and over and over again. 0.094 tons. If I put these on, that gives us 1.004 tons, which should be more than enough, although I kind of want to just make this so that I can decouple the fairings. So if we go for like 47,000, it gives us more battery as well, and hopefully we should still have enough. Yeah, there we go, 1.003 tons. We're going to put that there like so, come along here, and place that on there. We get 7.5. Oh, I know why that is. Let's let's fix that. Like so, 10,000 meters per second. That should be more than enough to get the contract requirements, I hope. And if it is, that's going to be brilliant. So we're going to make that come down a little bit. Although when we put this fairing on, that might go down a little bit, but it's fine. I should be able to get this all good. Right, we'll put that there like that. We'll put that there on there. Get this extra height coming up a little bit. And then I'm going to try launching this and just making sure that this all works. Oh, man. I needed to have launched it by that drop, and then I could have launched it on the drop, and it would have been amazing. And obviously, I need to kind of, like, detail this because this currently looks like a giant pile of... I'm not going to say what it looks like a giant pile of, but it doesn't look very pretty. 80 tons currently. So let's come in here and let's just make sure that this is capable of lifting 80 tons, because it would be truly terrible if I didn't do that. Still over 10,000 meters per second of delta V. That's perfect. And I think what I'll do is I'll just grab these clamps and we're going to attempt to launch this. Try and get this going up. Up and away to space. Right, 45, and I want 4 of them. There we go. That's absolutely fine. We want to check our staging. That goes there. That goes there. That goes there. That is going to go there like that. That goes there. That goes there to hot stage, and that should be fine. Right, we're going to save this as the big orbital boy, and I'm going to simulate. Right, let's give this a go. Carnasa, the orbit requirements are 200 kilometers and 1,500 kilometers, I think. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I wasn't entirely sure what they were, so I think I'm going to go 215 and 1,600. See if it can push that. With 10,000 meters per second of delta V, it should be able to push that, but fingers crossed it does. Come on, I really want this to load before the drop of this song. I know there's a drop in this song because I use it on my videos all the time, and I really want to launch this into the drop. Like here we go. Let's engage autopilot. Is it this bit? It is. Here we go. Come on, launch. Oh no, I was too slow with the ignition, but there we go. Oh no, what the hell? Why did we fall back? What? Interesting. Why is another engine firing? What has happened there? Did I not check my staging? Why did we fall back? You should add Galaxy's Unbound to Beyond Home. Beyond Home is getting pretty laggy as it is anyway. Galaxy's Unbound I think would be something quite cool to try at some point. But to be honest, at the moment, all of my popular videos and kind of like things that are doing well seem to be more focused on RO and RP1. So I think I'm going to kind of try and maybe not as per se wrap up Beyond Home or Coming Home soon. I do want to wrap up that series though and maybe switch back more to RSS, RO, RP1. Although that being said, my video... Yeah, why is that? Oh, it's because I need to enable hot staging. Support hot staging. There we go. But I still don't get why that fired and we went down. Our surface thrust to weight ratio should be 1.19. I don't get it. That's going to give us... Oh, that's going to give us just about what we need, but I'm not sure if it'll work. Yeah, why did we go down? Why do we go down? We shouldn't be going down. Our thrust to weight ratio should be 1.23. And you can't check on any other system because RORP1 decided to get rid of the bloody stock counters. Why have they done that? Because a lot of the time, the thrust to weight ratio on this isn't correct. Or at least from what I've seen. That's really annoying. Let's go back to the vehicle assembly building and see. Hello, all you Brits. All of us Brits. Is there more than just me here? Hey, Carnasa. Something we don't normally see in RO is going all the way to interstellar travel. Perhaps a good idea for Kerbal Gets Real too. There is a reason why you don't see much interstellar travel, is because it is basically impossible. I mean, it would be possible, but it would require some stupidly big vehicles, and probably my PC couldn't handle it. One thing that I did want to do was kind of like an RSS expanse, the RSS expanse or RS expanse series that I had planned a real long time ago, but I never got around to actually starting that. Which would focus more on like using like far future technology and stuff like that. Why is this like look, our sea level thrust to weight ratio should be 1.19. Why is it not that? Why is it going down when we fire this up? Because it should not be doing that. And that is really confusing. I mean, this is going to cost a bloody lot to buy, isn't it? But we do have a decent amount of subsidiary, which we will use for this. But why? Why? Funnily enough, stick Delta V counter is the most correct one a lot of the time. Yeah, staging looks wrong. Stick the second stage with the decoupler and make sure the engines are the right way round. The reason why I've got that there is because just so I could hot stage it. But still, that's like... It still says it's 1.19. I'm a little bit confused. Because theoretically that should... I don't understand. I do not understand. Maybe yeah, but we need all of that fuel to actually launch us into the correct orbit. So I think maybe a slight booster might be required. But I can have a look and see. Is there any... There's not even any sort of small solids that I can put on this to make it better. I suppose maybe what I could do... I don't think it's going to do anything, but I'm going to try launching this a few different ways. I'm going to try launching this a few different ways and see if I can figure out anything that works. The thrust to weight ratio isn't sea level, it's vacuum. It's not surface level. That would be... Oh, okay. That would be why. Remove the hot stage and then look at the TTW. Okay, interesting. I've been reading the wrong thing. I thought I'd set it to 0 meters though. Because I'm fairly sure I set it to 0 meters. But it might be, yeah, a stage. Where's SL? Oh, there we go. Live SLT. Live out 0. Okay. Show high no custom short stats. Here we go. Thrust to weight there we go. 0.94. You lied to me. You lied. No, that was just me being an idiot. Right. Okay. So we need to maybe sort. Oh, hello. I didn't mean to press save. So if I hit engage autopilot there, that's only going to give us 747. That's going to be cutting it tight. That's going to be cutting it real tight. Let's go back to the vehicle assembly building and see if there's anything that I can maybe do to make this a little bit better. Maybe try and get this off the pad. Carnasa, I got 1.2 at 65 tons. Your SLT is wrong. Okay. Right, so yeah, no, this is wrong. Why do I not have very, very, very good thrust though? I think maybe if I bring up the Delta V stats, it's, yeah, I was looking at the wrong thing. Right, so, okay, 1.24. Maybe we don't overburn this, although if we make that smaller, it's also going to make the overall payload smaller, which is going to be a little bit annoying. Because, yeah, I can't really make that stage any smaller, but then I think I need boosters. I actually think I need some boosters for this. But I don't want to go for like the full R7 booster, because that's just going to be ridiculous. Maybe I could do like a couple of redstone boosters, and that'll be more than enough. But those redstone boosters are going to weigh like quite a lot. I think... There's one thing that I could try. Yeah, because I suppose maybe if we go for like 16, like there. So our sea level thrust is now 0.99. Okay, and that gives us like 9,889. But what if I was to do... I don't know how well this would work, and if this is going to work at all. But if I come here, come and grab this, and place one of those there like that, and then go and grab myself, don't save this, I think the Allegro one had the smaller first stage. No, that's still way too big. I was gonna say maybe I could use this as a like booster, just a single booster. If I place it on this side, hopefully it means that it will be kind of like forcing the rocket to go that way, like just one single solitary side booster on. I don't know if that's gonna work. Why am I picking it up from a weird angle? I want you on. What is going on with this angle? Come on. Symmetry radial. Surface snap enabled. Why can't I place you on here? I'm not even sure if that's on there right now, but I don't know. Make the booster spheres. Bye, gotta go. Thank you for coming along, Sufficiently Sized Egg. I do not have any experience with RP-1, RP-2, but I would recommend you do not try to speed up to 80,000 meters per second. No, I imagine that's quite difficult. And I imagine things would be really bad. This is one of my songs as well. All of my music. I'm forcing music that I made years ago upon all of you watching this live stream right now. Why can I not connect that? And will this work? Will this work or will this fail terribly? Right. Oh god, I've balked this up completely. Right, let's get you there. And yeah, what on earth is going on with this? Oh, I know why. I know why. It's because I've rotated this. Yeah, if I rotate this 90 degrees, oh god, what is going on here? And why can't I rotate? Oh dear. Get that like that. Place that there. Do I want one or two of these though? I really don't know. Place that there. That looks like it's pretty much bang on because this is quite a big booster. We get that like that and then we get that to help. I think that would be better with two, wouldn't it? I think that would be better. F, it will fail. F equals it will fail. Say it, please. You could as well just wait for the RD-105 upstage engine. It's a lot better. I could. When do you get that? Is that 1958 Orbital Tech? We have officially reached Peace Curseness. Yes, this is very cursed. But if I do that, I don't think this will be able to gimbal enough to keep this in the correct orientation. I honestly don't think it will. But we get a thrust to weight ratio with 1.37 off the pad. Or 1.11 off the pad. I keep reading the wrong number. And then, so that will keep us lifted the entire way. What I could do is get a procedural nose cone. We go, is this isogrid? No, this is just separate structure. If I come for a separate, I don't think this is going to work. I think this is a little bit too cursed. But it's in the right orientation, and if the worst comes to the worst, what I can do is I can just place two of these on, and then that way it definitely will work, because the center of thrust will be through the center of mass. Although, one thing that I could also do is angle the redstone engine to be a little bit more, I want a smooth cone realistically, don't I? Angle the redstone engine so that it is more firing through the center of mass, and hopefully means that we can get a little bit better, kind of like... Look at that. What is this? I've never built a rocket like this before. Do I have RCS build aid? I do. Let's turn on engines and see. Look at that torque. 210 kilonewtons. Yeah. Let's try and fix that by putting this like this. There we go. We can get it down to... Oh, God, that's making it worse. Come on. Let's try and get this down to a sensible number. Oh god. Whoa, why are we... Oh, why is it facing the complete wrong direction? Damn it. I want you like there. Right, okay. Hello?
I'm sorry, I have to show you something. Are you busy?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of my stream.
What can you just show something?
Yeah, what do you want to show me?
Have you got the camera on?
Yeah.
Right. It's a picture, and like...
Alistair has invaded the stream.
Look. Then he sat like that, but he's winking. I don't know if I can post it in the Discord, because it's a bit,
What?
Can't post it in the Discord, it's a bit,
A bit rude.
not PG, it's 18 plus, yeah. But he's winking. He's sat like that, doing what's funny.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. I've got this down to 44 kilonewtons.
Sorry.
And we'll see how this goes. I mean, it will be pushing me in the right direction, hopefully. Although, why is that kind of like all weird like that? Maybe have I bulked this up a little bit? Yeah, I think I have. That's now 37. I think because this was at such a weird angle, because of how everything was built on this, it was a little bit annoying. But yeah, no, Alistair was just showing me a picture of our cat in a very funny pose. 18, we'll go for 18. 18 will do. Is there any... Can I get any closer? 18 is the magic number right now. Oh, 3, 2. I saw a 2. I had a 2. 3 is fine. 3 will do. 3 will do for now, and hopefully that'll be enough. And we'll see how this works, because this will now provide us enough thrust to weight ratio to get us off the pad. It will be very slow, but it will be enough. Black paint metallic. Actually, I want that to be white. And we'll see how this works. And that makes this 98 tons, which we are going to need to reflect upon in this. And it gives us 10,278 meters per second. We're going to make this go up to 100 tons, like so. And we'll see if this works. I've got no idea if this is going to work or not. We'll have to see. We'll see. Remove and reattach the engine. If you do that, because it's not the engine, it's actually this boat tail that is kind of like cursed. Because of the way that I was designing this. Yeah, it wasn't really smart of me. But we'll see if this works. I've got no idea if this will work or not. But, you know, it's fun messing around with silly designs like this. We'll do that. Oh, that needs to go there. And then that goes like that. And that is all looking promising. I'm not sure if this will work, but we'll see. The entire rocket is cursed. The entire rocket is cursed, but that's what we like to do on these live streams and what I like to do on my channel in general. Like, I landed the SLS upside down on the moon the other day. For God knows what reason. Why did I do such a silly thing? I don't know. I was bored and I wanted to do something in relation to the space launch scrubstem? Silly landing systems? Scrub launch system? I can't even remember, but yeah. No. Oh no, it's the wrong way. Oh, damn it. That's less than ideal. And it looks like that is... Yeah, we need to flip that the other way round because we want to be going that way. So we want this engine to be on that side. But you know what? Let's engage the autopilot anyway and see what happens, because this might just flip randomly out of control as soon as we fire it. And that would be very bad. There we go. Let's have a look. Oh, it kind of works. But are we going to be able to gimbal in the correct direction? Who knows? Oh my god. Oh, there we go. We're turning. We're turning. We're turning. Are we still going in the right direction? I've got no idea. Are we still maintaining control? I think we are. You know what? This might actually work. Sorry. I just wasn't expecting this to actually work, and it is. We are turning in the right direction. What the heck is this? Yes, it's a single booster rocket, and it works. It works, I tell you. Look at that. We're doing a gravity turn and everything. It works, and then we're going to decouple this stage early on, and then it will work. Cursed energia. Yes, this is very cursed. RD-108. This is a redstone missile. This is an RD-108. This is a British rocket up here. But you know what? It's working. It actually works. Carnasa, why must you hurt me like this? I'm very sorry. I do end up creating some very silly things on my streams. But you know, if it works, I'm actually quite amazed that it does. Although I did try and obviously set the torque on it to be as close as possible to... Yeah, as close as possible. We might need some solid boosters on this to decouple this, though, because at the moment... I mean, if we decouple that now, that would be good, because we're still mostly facing our prograde vector. But, yeah, that's what I was worried about. That's what I was worried about. I want to keep facing surface, please. I want to keep facing surface until we have ditched that booster. Like that. There we go. Cool. Now we can do whatever MechJeb wants to do. Because if I wasn't facing surface, there was a good chance that that would decouple in a very weird orientation and end up crashing and burning this RD-108 stage. I apologise to everyone here for leading Carnasa to this decision. My eyes! And this is Jackass. Okay, I get you now. Argenisar is the name of one of my planets in Simple Rockets 2. Is that similar to this? Even my cat looks disgusted. I'm sorry. Who was that? I'm sorry, Sunny Cat 9201's cat. I really do profusely apologise. But, I mean, if it ain't broke, we're going to use it. We absolutely are going to use it, and this should make it to orbit with quite a lot of Delta V left. And I suppose eventually one thing that we could do is maybe add another booster onto the other side and really up kind of like what this can take to space. We might even be able to take a full solid 1 ton to low Earth orbit with this kind of mishmash of designs. We've got a Russian first stage, we've got a redstone booster, and we've got a British upper stage, which we will replace with the RD or the Gamma 8 at some point. Take a screenshot of that, and that will give us a lot better. That will make this stage a lot better. Oh, there we go. Away we go, and the fairings should decouple. There we go. Awesome, and hopefully this should be a ton by the time we get to orbit. Carnasa is the definition. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Exactly. And if it's working, all right. So we're gonna hit 215 kilometers by 1,600 kilometers, which is exactly what we need for this contract. We have just made it to space. We're gonna have to build up an entire launch complex for this, just to build this one terribly cursed rocket. Although I probably will build the launch complex in a way that it will incorporate this version of this rocket, and then we can also build, say, like a 2 booster variant, which will look a little bit better, hopefully. And just, yeah, we'll build different variants of that rocket, and hopefully we should be able to lift maybe between, I don't know, 200 kilograms to like 1.5 tons with these designs. Maybe if we get a 4 booster variant, we could potentially lift 1.5 tons. I've got no idea. We'll have to test it out, but this is going to work. This is absolutely going to work. I'm just having a look at the time. I've got 20 minutes left, so I need to crack on. I think, yeah, look, I know this is going to work. It's fine. It's a little bit cursed, but it will work. So we're going to revert flight to the vehicle assembly, and we're going to crack on with getting some other stuff done. Absolutely. I hate it! Have you ever built an N1? I've never actually built an N1. I have not. That is something I haven't done. I've done a Saturn V, but I've never done an N1. Hopefully you never end up using this rocket as a boost. Oh my god, could you imagine? Could you, like, we've got some sort of, like, I don't know, a Saturn V-esque vehicle, and it's not got quite enough thrust-to-weight ratio. So you know what I think? Oh, yes, back when I first reached orbit, big orbital boy, it's got a booster on a booster. We can whack that booster on the side of this, so we have boosterception, boosters everywhere. No, I don't think we're going to be using this entire launch vehicle as a booster. Absolutely not. But I think what I might do, though, is I'm going to save this, and I am going to flip this round to this side, because it would be best to start on this side, and then we'll have to sort of figure out the pitch arrangement of this rocket. Right, there we go. Although that is a little bit cursed in that touches... let's get you out there. Yeah, that's a little bit better. What's our torque? 9. Oh wow, that's gone even. Oh no. It was like at 3, wasn't it? So I want to rotate this. Try and get this as close as possible before. Oh, that was a really low number. 3. Come on. Let's get to about here. I can do it. I can get it as low. That was below 4. Come on, please. 4.92. Oh, this is really annoying. I'm just going to leave it there. 4's fine. 4 is fine. So, the big orbital boy. Rotate the fins 45 degrees. What? To use parallax. I think there is parallax on this install. I've used parallax in like Beyond Home and Coming Home. But I think there is parallax on this install, but I've not actually seen it. I'm really looking forward to the new version of parallax, though, because N9's shown me some clips of what he's been doing in it, and it looks amazing. Like, all of the collisions in it are fantastic. Right, so how much do we reckon this rocket is going to be to tool? Because I have a feeling it's going to cost me an absolute arm and a leg. Tooling cost, oh, that's not terribly bad. Procedural payload fairing, which ones are those? Oh, these. We don't actually need to tool those, though. Oh, no. No, we do. We still need to tool them. Oh. 26,000 is the most that we're going to be spending. I'm not too unhappy about that. That's not bad at all. I think that actually works out quite nicely. Yeah. Cool. So now I think what we want to do is we want to build, requires early avionics and probes. That's fine. We can research that definitely in time. It's going to take us a long time, but we want to make a new launch center. And yeah, we've got no launch centers that are going to be anywhere near as close. Maximum tonnage 109. I think what I'm going to do is, excuse me, I'm very sorry. Minimum tonnage 81. How much does this weigh? This weighs 98. I think I'm going to definitely be going on the upper scale of things here. Maybe we'll push like 115. Maybe we'll go 120, 125. 150? 150 is too big. We want to go 130. 130. So we can get up to 130 tons. This is going to take 635 days to build, though. This is going to take a really long time, but we can boost that. But it is going to cost 403,000 funds. Are you mad? Whoa, that's a lot of money. That's an awful lot of money. And then if we want to human rate it, it costs even more. It's going to cost us 58,000. Damn, that's expensive. That's really expensive. Hello, Carnasa. Finally, I managed to catch your stream. All the best, mate. Thank you. Naturalzax CZ? Is that check? I feel, thank you. Glad you could make it to a stream. Yo, it costs 400k. Mine costs nowhere near that much. Okay, so why does mine cost an absolute arm and a leg to build? I think what I might do is actually, if I come out of here, right, okay, cancel. I'm going to save this. Maybe it will cost less once it's all tooled. How much? Yeah, because that's going to go down. Tool all. How much does that cost? 80,000 funds. I can't afford that right now. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to save this. I'm going to leave and I'm going to come back in. Because I think I have experienced this before. Where if you leave and then come back and you try and build it again. Or if you do something, or maybe open up another craft or do something like that. The price will massively come down. And I probably should report that over on the GitHub. And if it is the case now, I probably will do. Carnasa, I have an even better idea. What if you used that Saturn V-esque rocket on a booster for a Sea Dragon-esque rocket? Oh my god. Why am I coming down with a cough? I best not be getting ill. I hope I'm not. Right, okay. Let's try a new launch complex. Nope, that's still going to cost us about 400,000 tons. Why is it going to... 400,000 funds. Why is it going to cost that much? What if... I'm not entirely sure why that's going to cost that much. What if I did like yours was only 65 tons though, wasn't it? Like, okay, so if I change that down, like the funding, look, the build cost isn't changing. Like I can put maximum tonnage to like 300 and I think that's broken. Yeah, like a one ton launch pad is going to cost me 403,000, which is slightly weird. That is definitely broken, and this is why this is an in-test update. Obviously, this is still heavily work in progress. Hey, Carnasa, half asleep. Chris posted a video. Who posted a video? I bet your Kerbals are willing to sell a kidney or two. Yes, they almost certainly are. Cost 400,000 tons. Yes. I get confused. Words, they are hard sometimes. Yeah, no. That's definitely bugged. This is definitely bugged because like a 10-ton launch pad should not cost 400,000 tons. Something has gone wrong here. I'm not sure what it is. I'm going to cancel this. I'm going to save this, but actually, I think I might call the end of the stream here. I know we haven't actually gotten to real orbit, which is a bit of a shame, but we will do very soon. I might stream that again when I get the chance, because it'll be nice to actually see me achieve orbit and do all of that on a stream. But Beardy and N9's videos for all Kerbal Kind are going to be releasing in 15 minutes, and I very much do want to go and watch them, because the next time that they release videos, I will also be releasing a For All Kerbal Kind video. I've got all of my stuff filmed, I've started editing my footage, and I'm very excited to get my first episode of that out. So I'm going down with a cough. Breathe, Carnasa. So, in 2 weeks' time, I will be releasing a For All Kerbal Kind video. But in 15 minutes, yep, N9 and Beardy are going to be releasing their next episodes. And I know a little bit about what happens, having some insider knowledge or spy satellites of my own. No, Beardy and N9 have been telling me what I've been doing. Yeah, no, I'm going to go watch that, and hopefully it should be pretty damn awesome. But thank you everyone for coming along to this live stream. Thank you for the donations in the chat. Thank you for chat. I'm sorry we didn't get to launch this monstrosity for real, but I think I'm going to have to close the game down and probably reopen it in order to fix that bug with the launch complex anyway. But it's been great. I'm just going to check chat for a little bit. Calvin McClaw, well, guess I won't live stream my Centaur build since Carnasa has the entire audience locked down. I'm finishing now, Calvin, because I'm going to watch For All Kerbal Kind. But hello, bye. Have a good day. You too. Shame, but it was a good stream. Thank you, Joseph Marks. Thank you, Y Mandarin, for everyone that's basically been in the stream. No, don't leave. I know I would, but I want to go check out those videos. I do. I really do. And then I'm going to be playing Minecraft with Alicia later on. So that's going to be it for this stream. Thank you for coming along. It's been awesome. I have been Carnasa, and I will see you later.